Hello, hello, and welcome. We are the Midnight Oil. We are back at midnight. Definitely not 2 minutes late.
Sorry, that was
Just
my fault. My computer gave out at the last second. Like,
The,
we were
poor
about
Jared.
ready to go, and then,
then it pooped.
yep.
GG internet.
It has been a
Anyways,
week already, yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I guess we should
Alright.
introduce myself. I'm Jared, one of the hosts of this show.
You're next, Chris.
Am I next?
Yes.
I'm Chris. I'm not one of the hosts of this show, and apparently I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
We're professionals.
Always professionals. And I'm Christian Skistad. My full name's under there for some reason. It's not supposed to be.
Always professionals.
Always. Always professionals. It's,
Technically, we don't get paid for this, though, so we are amateurs. So there you go.
Well, we're
There's that.
professional amateurs.
Yeah, all the ads on this video are just by Twitch, not by us. Believe me, we couldn't make money doing this if we tried.
No.
We can make 2 cents someday.
Someday. Maybe someday. With our last podcast, we made 2 cents. We made like 7 cents.
You know, you can buy 2 Tootsie Rolls at Classic for that much. So I mean,
If we talk about games,
Yeah, and movies sometimes, and television.
yeah.
And this week, we'll talk about YouTube.
And sometimes we talk about like random topics like screwing Konami.
yay!
Hi, Dweeb. I see you there, Dweeb. Are you
Yeah,
drunk
see-
this time too? We still have to figure out a way to record chats so we can put that up in the videos.
That is true. That's something we're looking to do for next time,
Yeah.
hopefully.
That would be awesome.
And maybe we should is there a way to change the delay? This is a conversation we should have outside of the podcast. Anyways,
Probably.
we should talk about what we've been doing this week.
Let's start with Chris. Guests go first as usual.
Alright. Well, for games, I'm finally clearing my clicker hero habit. I'm getting off of the junk. So, that's good. I'm replacing it with speedrunners, which is amazing. Now I'm playing online, so there's that.
You're quitting Clicker Hero.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it again. Like, legitimately, I do not want to touch it again.
Why?
Because it's a waste
Because-
of time.
It is a waste of time, and I don't want to hate myself anymore.
Chris,
I
the
applaud
problem
you.
here isn't Clicker Heroes then. The problem here is that you hate yourself.
Christian, remember,
That's a
this is
discussion
coming
for
from
a
the
different day.
person that has garbage for taste, So if Chris has decided that something is not worth playing, then that is saying something.
I'm glad you guys are my friends.
I know. Have you watched Pixels?
Shut up, Chris. Go watch Pixels.
Look.
Play your Pokemon games that haven't changed in 20 years.
Hey, I like Pokemon.
I actually just lost my Nuzlocke in one of my Pokemon games
Aw.
today.
I did that
Did you-
too.
did you
It
give
was
them
one
all
that
a
I was
proper
going to put
burial?
on the internet too.
Uh,
That's
It's-
rough.
it's a sad day.
It always
However-
is.
I was also watching Pokemon at the same time, so it made it better.
Okay.
The first series or the series after that?
First series.
Okay.
Because it's on Netflix.
Oh,
Although I
is it?
suppose you don't have Netflix, so.
I have Netflix.
No, not you. I mean,
Oh.
Chris.
Oh, that's
Chris
right. He
doesn't.
doesn't.
Did you call me a peasant?
No.
No,
I think you're
Oh,
just hearing
that's
things.
Mustafa. Mustafa's the one that calls you a peasant.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think you're so much of a peasant you're starting to hear it yourself in your head. That was your own mind calling you
Remember,
a
though,
peasant.
he's not a peasant anymore. He's part of the PC race.
He is. He has slowly but surely been assimilated. He didn't even know he was assimilated until someone told him.
Yeah. So, anything else that you've been playing or watching?
Well, let's see. I don't think so. We did start Future Diary yesterday, though, so that's been
Yes.
good.
Such
Love
a good
that.
show.
Yeah.
Highly
Um,
recommend. Future Diary Watch it
Yeah.
if you haven't.
Yeah, just
It is
Be-
truly amazing.
be prepared for some messed up stuff.
But
Very messed up.
there's some not messed up stuff in the middle of that sometimes.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Is there really though?
At the beginning, there's some comedic moments.
Yeah.
The comedy kind of slowly dies as the series becomes darker and darker, but the ending bit is always funny.
It dies.
A lot of things slowly die throughout the series, all right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Has that pretty much
That's-
been your week?
That's all I got. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon.
Oh,
Have
how's
either
that?
of you guys played? Neither of you have played it, have you?
I haven't. I'm waiting for it to come out of early access.
Like, you don't need to worry about it being in early access, really. Like, I don't even like. I forget that this is an early access game.
I know, but there's still that stigma there of like, well, there could be some bugs, things could change. I'd rather just wait for the complete product and then get the full experience right away.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess, but for me, it's just like they fix little things every once in a while, and then they like add like major upgrades to stuff every once in a great while. But Darkest Dungeon is such a fantastic game. It kind of reminds me of XCOM in the sense of like building a party, trying to build up, but the great part is that you lose all your best people, right? It's okay. You just have to get more people. And then you just have to kind of grind a little bit, build them back up some. But, like, it's not the end of the world. But you can still customize and name all of your characters. And, I don't know. That is a really fun game, Darkest Dungeon. So I played a couple hours of that. And then I played some more Game Dev Tycoon.
Oh my gosh. Still
Always
playing
a
that?
classic.
Yeah, that game, man, that game. It's so hard to put down. Like, it's so great because you can just, like, put it down for a while and then pick it back up again. I love that game. And then Dungeon Defenders 2. We played some of that earlier. You and me, Christian.
Yeah. It still needs a lot of polish. That's the thing I would say most about it, is that it still needs a lot of polish.
You know, I feel like this game feels more like an early access game than Darkest Dungeon, honestly.
Yeah, I have that up on the screen right now, actually, too. The
Oh,
trailer
dude.
for it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Dungeon Defender or Yeah,
Darkest
man.
Dungeon.
this Darkest Dungeon, like it has such a beautiful aesthetic too. It's got such a beautiful aesthetic and it's really depressing. But it's got some pretty good depth to it. And I don't know, I just really like the combat system. The combat system's really interesting, the exploration system. I mean, like it's just a really fun game, and it doesn't feel like an early access game. So if that's one of your concerns, then don't let it be.
Yeah. Oh, plus, I'm a cheapskate. I'm gonna wait for a sale because money is tight. You know,
I think I did get it.
if we made some money off of this podcast.
Then we
Shameless
could buy games
self-promotion
and play them for people.
We would.
to make more
Uh,
money.
How much is it again? It's only
I think
oh
it's
wow,
like
20
15,
bucks.
well, 20
must have.
bucks.
It's $20. I must have picked it up on sale. The soundtrack is amazing, but I don't know if it's $10 amazing. Sorry, Darkest Dungeon. But yeah, that's a game that I will probably try to play on my channel at some point. It's a lot of fun. Other than that, I've been watching House of Cards. For anyone who doesn't know what House of Cards is, man, House of Cards is a Netflix exclusive series here in the United States. Like, in the United States, it's Netflix exclusive. And it's very political based, but it breaks the fourth wall all the time. It's the most serious show that ever breaks the fourth wall, but it does it so beautifully that you don't care, and it's like kind of like just one of the quirks of the show. Great show. A lot of terrible things happen in it. It's really fun. Watch it if you like intrigue and betrayal. So much betrayal.
I don't know who doesn't like betrayal. I mean,
Dude, Betrayal's my favorite. I do that all the time.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you'll enjoy House of Cards. It's a very aptly named show, too. So,
Um, as for me, been a lot of Dungeon Defenders 2. Loving the heck out of that game. Still would recommend waiting. Like, it's good to try, but if you're looking for a complete game, it's definitely not there yet.
I mean, it's also free. So,
Yeah, it is free. So,
it's just going to be your time.
yeah. And be prepared for bugs and server problems. They've been having a lot of those lately. Mainly with server problems. In fact, you couldn't play with other players for about a good 3 or 4 days there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You could log in, but the actual party system was broken.
Dude.
So you could log into their server and play by yourself on it. Which I may have done because I play video games too much sometimes on the weekends. Yay! Other than that, Tales of Zestiria. Played a bit of that. The story's really
came
nice.
That came out this week, didn't it?
Yep.
Or was it last week?
I think it was this week, wasn't it?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, that came out.
Yeah, that was this week.
Dope.
So I've been playing that. Mainly pre-ordered it once again for Tales of Symphonia. But, the game that came with Tales of Symphonia is pretty nice too. It's got a neat combat system. You can like fuse with party members. But
Yeah, that game's definitely on my radar to get possibly, but it's just a higher priced game.
Yes.
standard Tales of Symphonia, standard Tales game combat. So don't expect any huge leaps and bounds there.
I've never played one of them, so
Yeah, it's I think they called it the linear action system or something like that. Basically, you don't have free reign to move completely around the field. You can move to and away from your opponent and then select which opponent you're attacking. And you can also command your other party members to do certain things at certain times at the press of a button. But otherwise, you even like tell their AI individual tasks to perform, like, hey, I want you to always stay back at mid-range and fire magic spells, or I want you to be up close, that kind of thing. And there's some
it
basic...
looks beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it does.
There's some basic commands you can give mid-combat, too. Storyline looks really good in this one.
Nice.
From what I hear, it kind of breaks down towards the end, but so far I'm loving it.
It's because you're not at the end yet, apparently.
Yeah. Interesting concepts. Sadly locked at 30 FPS, which I am trying my hardest to ignore. Really trying so hard, but it's so hard to ignore. It honestly hurts my eyes. It gives me a headache.
Poor Christian. Unable to go with peasant standards.
It's so hard. I cannot wait till someone hacks that game and makes it 60 FPS because I know it's going to happen
You should
eventually.
go on the frame rate police. I bet somebody on there will find a way.
Not yet. They haven't.
You've checked, haven't you?
Yep. Best place to look for fixes like that is the PC Gaming Wiki. They got all sorts of stuff on there for a lot of games. Really good resource. Other than that, watching Future Diaries with them. I've already seen the whole series, but
Yeah.
worth rewatching. Oh,
Chris, have you
Yeah.
seen it?
I have not. This is my first time. So.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's actually never went through it before. Tales from the Borderlands, the last episode came out, and I just haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but I really want to.
I won't for a long time.
Why not?
I can't remember. I told you.
Oh, that's right.
Because Brianna and I play it together, so.
Well, I'll be sure to not spoil the ending for you because I'm probably
Thank
gonna play
you.
it this weekend.
Do it.
Yeah. Game of Thrones finally got a release date. Telltale. I'm mad at you. I love your games, but I'm mad at you.
Jared,
Yeah.
they can only go so fast.
It shouldn't take a year to get it done, and they
It
just
hasn't
need
been
to,
a
like,
year.
if they just. What?
It hasn't been a year
It's been almost a year by the time the last one comes out.
from the first one.
Yep, because the first episode
Yeah,
came
that
out.
doesn't sound
in-
unreasonable. That's five. That's 5 small games in a year.
but it's like not being told how long, like, and they never stick to it. And I don't want 4 months in between episodes because that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like just waiting to hear when it's going to come out. That's why I'm not getting Minecraft mode. I'm not going to get the Marvel one until they're done. When they're done, I'll get them.
I'll agree. I never get them till they're done. So
And I'm going to get them on sale, so take that.
aren't you a rebel? Don't worry, they always go on sale before they're done anyways. Because
Excellent.
usually when, a game's out for a year, it goes on sale at some point during that year.
Yeah.
Although I hear it's really fun.
The Wolf Among Us went on sale and I bought it it was last Christmas, so that's almost a year ago now, and I still haven't even played it. I haven't booted it up, I haven't installed it.
That game is so good. You got to play it.
Oh, I can't wait to play it. I just keep forgetting that it exists.
That is my favorite Telltale game. Is
It
the
was
Wolf Among
really
Us.
amazing.
So far,
Have you
mine
played
is
it, Chris?
Borderlands.
I've seen you play it, and that's it.
Oh, have you? Man,
Yeah.
that game is amazing. I love that game. I want the sequel to come out, but it's not because everyone wants all the other ones first. Just turn a
Look,
light on.
Jared,
It's
we
so
need to
dark.
get Minecraft first.
The
realize
Minecraft
that.
mode, it's essential.
Yeah,
Haven't you
much
ever just
more
been
important.
playing Minecraft and thought, man, this game's great, but what they need is a gripping storyline to go
Actually,
with my
from what I
mass
heard, it really doesn't
deprivation
have
of
that much of a
resources.
From what I've heard, Minecraft does not Minecraft Story Mode does not have a very gripping story.
That's
It's
what I've
just
heard
a lot
too.
of fun.
I've heard that too. In fact, okay, so there was a lot of, this is actually a fun topic. There was a lot of reviews that came out that were complaining because they thought that this was just a Minecraft
Oh, yeah.
game. So they were, people were complaining like, I can't build a house. This is the worst Minecraft game. It's like, did you bother maybe like reading the description of the game or spend 5 seconds researching it or even just look at the company who made it? Did you do any of these things before you posted a review?
That's work, Christian. I just want to buy it, play it, and have it be exactly what I was expecting.
I was hoping for Minecraft too.
Exactly.
Because that's a thing that's going to happen very soon, of course.
Well, obviously, I mean, it's just bound to happen.
Some people. Bane of my existence.
Wow, then.
People, you mean, in general?
Yeah, just people in general. They are the bane of my existence. If none of them were around, man,
The world would be such a better place.
right?
But yeah, so heard good things about the Tales, the Minecraft Tales game. But yeah, I'm still mad at them. Like how, like they could just be like every
Oh,
other
boy.
company, make the game and then release it over time. They could do that too.
They could.
Yeah.
They legitimately could at this point just release the full game. Because I don't even think you can buy individual episodes anymore, can you?
Can you not?
Not on Steam, like on Xbox, I think you can.
Can you? Because I was going to say, because every time I go to look at one of their games, it's always the complete set. I've never seen it just sold separately. Not since the first Walking Dead.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that you can on Xbox, but you can't on PC. On PC, you have to buy the whole thing.
Oh, okay. That's kind of an
Um,
interesting difference there.
yeah. So I mean, we'll see how that goes. But oh, didn't the last what is it? The other one, Life is Strange, that came out too, right?
Yeah.
Did the final one just come out?
Yeah, I think the final
Yeah,
one
like-
finally came out.
Wow, that was a long release cycle.
I think it was about as long as most Telltale games. But and this, I really do want to play that.
It looks really interesting. I'm just poor. Like
By episode one for
Right.
$5.
I legitimately I'm just poor.
It came out. Wow, that came out at the beginning of the year. That can't be right. Did it really come out at the beginning of the year?
I think so.
Wow, that feels like such a long time ago that Life is Strange came out.
Time does fly very fast.
Yeah, I really
Yes,
like
it
the
does.
concept of that game. I will have to play that sometime when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Christmas sale!
Oh, Christmas.
Man,
yeah.
we're gonna have to get so many games
Oh
so that we
boy.
can properly give awards.
Yeah. I don't know. I've played enough games where I could give a full top 10 right now and here.
But you
Yeah.
haven't played enough yet.
Have you
Because
played
there's
all
still
the
more
games?
time.
Have you played all the games, Christian?
Every single one.
That or we're gonna have to watch, man. Anyways, so what's been going on in the world of gaming? Oh yeah, that's right. More Konami stuff's been going on. Did you know that?
Yes, I
Heard the latest of Konami things?
Yes. There needs to be a news show devoted solely to Konami fucking up. Like, just some sort of channel that just specializes in that. We should start that.
The Konami's fucked up channel.
Well, we have to find a better name than that, but we need to start a channel that's just nothing but us ranting about Konami, or even if it's just me ranting about Konami. I'll do this alone if I have to.
You would have enough cannon fodder to do that alone, I feel.
Let's face it. I think about anyone who's ever played a game has enough cannon fodder to fight Konami.
So Konami, apparently, Kojima's still working there.
Yeah. It's very
So for those of you who don't know, apparently Kojima is still working at Konami. Konami says that he has not in fact left, and there was like a report a while ago that they were having a going away party with they were having a going away party, but Konami says that it wasn't a going away party, it was just a going on vacation party, because now that they finished Metal Gear Solid 5, the team is taking a break for a while because it's so exhausting to make a console game, which it is, and so they had a party for him going on vacation.
Is that a thing
Hey.
people do?
No, it's not.
And Kojima
Not at
was
all.
That's what I
Kojima
thought.
with his Dixie cup.
with
That's
his
the picture.
with his Dixie cup.
Yeah, apparently that's the picture here.
It's amazing.
Dixie cup. I'm looking it up right now. Konami with the Dixie cup. That's just all I've been hearing is Konami with the Dixie. Oh, couldn't find it. Oh well.
It would have been hilarious.
Yeah. If Christian finds it, he can put it up. So yeah. So apparently Konami is really trying to, like, I don't know. Thinking everybody hates them already.
Yeah.
They look at this point. Do you think they care? Do you really think they care what people think? They're already so far down that rabbit hole.
Well, we are
I don't-
talking
I
about the
don't
company. We
Also-
are talking about the company that is turning its game designers into janitors.
Like, because
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
oh, for those of you who don't know why, in Japan, you aren't allowed to. It's against the law to fire someone for no reason. You have to have just reason to fire them. So Konami can't go out there and just be like, "You're all fired. Get lost." So basically, they said, "Well, we can demote them. We want to get rid of them, but we can't just outright get rid of them all." So they demoted them to janitors in hopes that they'd get fired. I'm sorry, in hopes that they'd quit.
Yep. Because that's kind of a Japanese thing to just like make people miserable enough so that they leave.
Here's my hope. At the end of the day, they have a company of like 150 janitors, but no actual employees, and none of the janitors leave. They have this big building that they keep squeaky clean and become so clean that they just sit around in the building all day getting paid. All these game designers are set for life. All they do is walk in every day, mop their one section of the floor, and then just sit back and rake in the dollars.
That would be amazing. Oh man,
Just
they can have their own little janitor army.
the Konami janitors.
But yeah,
Uh,
hashtag fuck Konami.
That's a thing.
Is it?
You've combined the K in fuck with the K in Konami. That's an actual thing. That's a hashtag that's out there.
Is
I'm
it
glad.
trending? We can make it trend.
Oh yeah, with all 7 of our viewers here, we will make it trend.
Come on, guys, let's do it.
Together,
Together we can accomplish anything.
together, we can fuck Konami.
I'm pretty sure Konami's done that to itself already.
Yeah,
So let's see. Other news. Apparently, there's a leak on Battlefront 3,
Oh, a
like
leak?
what it could have been.
Oh, like the old one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I've seen a lot of people posting that that this is actually from from Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron.
Oh, that one
Is
that
what
was
they-
canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the one where LucasArts got bought out, so it's not going to be a thing anymore.
yeah, Battlefront 3. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Squadron.
Elite Squadron.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a PSP and DS game. And so because I noticed because they were talking about how the characters were X1 and X2, and I was like, I actually know what those characters are because I'm a walking Wikipedia. Because X1 and X2 are Force-sensitive clones.
Really?
Yeah, which is why they look different from all the other clones.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so that was a thing. It didn't actually look all that great, I didn't think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well, at this point, we got what we got. It's
Yeah.
always grass is always greener on the other side, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, people have been making a huge big deal about it, but I don't know. I'm still happy with what I got, so.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
it just goes to show how passionate people are about the series in general.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And,
Do you think we've been getting higher quality or lower quality Star Wars games as a result of LucasArts being closed?
well, we've only had one game since they closed, so I think that's kind of helped.
I'm interested
Yeah.
to see how that's going to turn out, though, because a lot of people were very happy when George Lucas was no longer working on the next Star Wars film.
Yeah, they were.
As a huge Star Wars fan, I'm not a fan of George Lucas very much anymore. I miss the old George Lucas.
To be honest, the more
When
and
he
more I
was
hear
good.
about George Lucas, the more and more I think like maybe he just got lucky. Like maybe those first 3 films were just like he happened to accidentally do really well because everything he did from that point on, people have not liked.
Listen, so this is the part where we're going to talk more from an industry and production standpoint, but I think that one of the big things about George Lucas is one, he is a really good producer at making things happen. 2, he is really good at learning to use minimal amounts of resources.
Mhm.
3, he's actually not that great of a director. I mean, just being honest, he's not really the best director out there. He did 2 really good movies that I think were fantastic. He did American Graffiti, and he did Star Wars: A New Hope. And those are the 2 movies that I honestly think that he directed that are actually really good movies. So, I don't think 1 and 2 were good at all. The 3rd one's okay, but he actually didn't direct the 5th and the 6th movie.
Okay, that's why I was confused for a second.
Yeah, so I think that's something. So, yeah, that's the thing. He's just not that great of a director. I think he's got some really great instincts as a director, and I think he did get lucky. He got really lucky, and he had a great idea and a great vision. He's a good visionary.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm so looking forward. I already have my tickets. Everyone
for
should
the
have
marathon.
your tickets. Everyone buy your tickets.
Yeah, are you gonna do
Are
the
you,
whole
are you going to do the
marathon?
full marathon?
No, I don't think I am because I'm gonna go home to watch it, and I'm gonna end up watching the premiere with both Brienne and my entire family. So that's gonna be awesome. but I don't think they're up for the marathon, and I want to make sure I view it with them. So, believe me, I'm okay going at 3 a.m. in the morning of Thursday to stay for almost 24 hours. Like, I'll do it. I did it for The Dark Knight, although that started at 6:30 p.m. and went until midnight beyond.
Yeah.
I did that for The Dark Knight, and that was the way to view that movie, I think.
Start to finish like that?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot.
I didn't even
I
know
don't
that
know.
they did that.
Yeah, they'll do that.
There's sometimes.
Yeah, for really big movies, they'll do
Hmm.
that. They'll do like a marathon run. There's only like a handful of cities that have this.
Am I the only one who just wasn't super into The Dark Knight? Like, I liked the second movie,
Yeah, that was
But-
The Dark.
The Dark Knight. Wasn't there
The Dark
one?
Knight Rises was the third one.
Okay, so we're purely just talking about the second movie
About
in
for
in that series.
yeah, the second movie was The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one after that, the one with Bane, Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
not a huge fan of it. For me, it just became a carnival of silly voices, and I thought it was hilarious when Bane and Batman would talk with each other, and I could not stop laughing. It was the greatest comedy I'd seen all year.
Yeah, that
11
one
thumbs
is by far the weakest of the three.
I never actually saw the first one, though.
The first
I
one's
haven't.
really good. You should watch the first one's really good. Liam Neeson's awesome in his role. They
Oh,
casted
Liam
him.
Neeson's in it. Who does he assassinate?
Everyone.
I'm not sure.
He
He does
he assassinates
Lots of people
someone.
die.
Liam Neeson killed some of them, I assume.
Probably.
He does that no matter what film he's in. It could be a documentary, and he just starts killing people.
That'd be rather
Um,
sad.
But yeah,
Depends what the documentary's on. The history of child molesters. Liam Neeson just shows up halfway through the film. All of those child molesters are in jail.
Oh, okay. That could have gone a very different path, and I'm glad it didn't. So continue.
It's Liam Neeson. Give him some credit, man.
So
He
there's
kills
a new
people, but he has
rumor
moral standards.
What's the rumor, Jared?
Bringing it back to a reasonable topic.
Because this is going
What
nowhere.
is the rumor?
I noticed that you
Tell
guys were
me.
going nowhere.
Tell
So,
me.
Halo 5 could possibly come to PC.
Really?
Yeah, let me find the quotes. So recently there was a conversation going on with somebody higher up in Microsoft. It says we wanted to do a great. They were talking about the Master Chief Collection and how we wanted to do a great job on console. The anchor of Halo Master Chief Collection is the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2 on the console, so our approach was to focus primarily on console as a result of that. And then it says, that said, 343 isn't blind to the PC community's ongoing interest. And moving on. Then they also said, so that's one of the cool things we love about the PC community. You got so many cool things going on with fans, and then you've got the breadth. PCs are everywhere, all over the planet. Obviously, as part of Microsoft, PCs are a big part of our business. When you look at the market and community, there's almost limitless possibilities in terms of what we can do. Nothing's set in stone. Then that goes away from the quote. So yeah, and I mean they've done some stuff before. And then they also, there's another quote where they said there's plenty of chance that Halo 5 could appear on the PC. Nothing to announce at this point, you know. We developed the game on an Intel platform. It wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to move it to PC and take advantage of PC stuff. That was a quote, by the way. PC stuff.
PC stuff.
It's going to be a Windows Store exclusive if it does make it here. I just want to point that out. You know it's going to be.
Oh yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
But who cares?
You won't be able to get it anywhere else except the Windows Store.
Yeah, because they don't want to get it onto other platforms.
Exactly.
Of course not.
Wait a minute. Windows Store apps are global. Does that mean you'd have Halo 5 on your phone?
I feel like it wouldn't work too well. But wouldn't it be cool though if you could do cross-platform play?
That doesn't work for first-person shooters.
Does it not?
Mm.
Too much of control input disagreement.
Well, that and a mouse tends to be far more accurate than a controller, so you end up in an imbalance.
That's
on-
what I meant. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it has been done. I forget the name of the game. It's been done several times before, and they found that that was the case, so they ended up having to split the communities between each other, even though they had cross-platform play. It just became too unfair.
But yeah, so that's the big rumor going around that just kind of was released recently. I think it'd be cool. Like other people have been saying though on the internet, it probably won't happen until several months into the game's release cycle.
Oh, easily.
Because they'll want to try to sell out as many Xboxes as they can. But as we talked about last week, Xbox kind of has already lost. The Xbox One has lost. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week, though. I'd probably pick Halo 5 up. I don't know if I would have any idea what's going on.
I
Probably
would,
not.
but that's because I've also read the books and a lot of the lore. So I really like
I-
Halo lore.
I have played a total of 0 Halo games. I played the multiplayer for a few of them, just with a friend. I have never touched the single player before. So
You should read the books.
Yeah.
The books are so good.
They are really good. I can vouch for that as well.
yeah, I've heard good things about them. I had a friend who used to read them.
hmm
That
The
was-
first three
that was
are
a way ago.
really good, but then some of them get really weird.
I don't know.
The
Some
Master
of them
Chief,
do.
though.
We were just discussing Master Chief recently, weren't we, Christian, earlier
were.
today?
We were.
Watch Mojo came out with a list of top 10 most iconic characters, or not memorable characters from video games.
Yeah.
And Master Chief was rated number 2. It was rated number 1 of the 2000s and number 2 overall.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so Christian was a little surprised, but
Until like a year or two ago, I thought Master Chief didn't have a name or a backstory or anything. I thought he was basically the Doom guy, like just a nameless, faceless dude who's gunning down aliens.
Oh, Christian.
It raises a good point. Think about this. If you have nothing, if you've never played the game before, we compared it with Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
If you have never played the game before, all you have to go on is marketing. From the marketing standpoint, I know who Nathan Drake is. I know that he's a fun-loving guy who wants adventure, riches, and fame. Okay, not necessarily fame. He just wants to get rich, and he's kind of a d-bag about it sometimes. I can
Yeah.
tell that from the commercials. I can also tell he loves Subway. Because because we've all seen the commercial of Nathan Drake robbing what I assume is robbing a subway train. I'm just saying, why else would he have a Subway sandwich on the end of a train? It's a train full of Subway sandwiches that he is robbing because he is Nathan Drake.
That would be
Besides
absolutely
the
wonderful.
point. Meanwhile, with Master Chief, I have never seen an ad with him talking to someone or discussing anything. Most of his ads are he has his helmet on, he's this dark, mysterious man who is killing lots and lots of people. Lots and lots of people. So and the world is very sad. Those are the things I know about the Halo universe purely from marketing. So
Yeah.
if Master Chief never does anything in the ads besides kill people, how am I supposed to know?
Master Chief is an amazing character.
The
Yeah.
Marcus Phoenix, for some reason, he made top iconic characters.
For his decade.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure he had a personality beyond I want to kill things and I miss my wife.
See, all I know of Marcus Phoenix is he's swole.
I know that he is a big battle-ready panda, and he has a party of battle-ready pandas that I assume go underground to fight giant swarms of insects.
He's the ultimate exterminator.
He is. He really is. Actually, he's just a bug exterminator, exterminating a planet of bugs.
Yep.
Fighting for all of mankind.
Well, should we talk about the big news of the week?
Oh, you talking about YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. All right.
Enlighten us.
So, Christian and I already talked about this earlier when we were playing video games together. So we've got YouTube Red being announced. Chris, have you heard anything about this?
Not a single word.
All right, so YouTube Red is the new ad-free mode or subscription that you can get for YouTube. So you will be able to blog announcement. I'm just gonna bring up the announcement.
Right.
All right, so the official announcement for it is introducing YouTube Red. So last year they had announced that they were planning on figuring out ways to help people invest in the creativity of our top YouTube stars. They wanted to give them some opportunities, and so they're announcing some original series and movies that will be debuting with YouTube Red. So YouTube Red is going to be $10 a month. You'll be able to enjoy all YouTube videos without ads. You'll be able to save videos to watch offline, including on your phone and your tablet. And you'll be able to play videos in the background, because before, people who try to use the YouTube app will know that you couldn't do that. Like if you just wanted to play a song in the app, you had to stay in the app. You couldn't switch out of the app. So you'll be able to do that now, apparently, with YouTube Red.
That's actually something I recently discovered with the Twitch app. They have a new Twitch app out there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Well, new to me. The last time I used my Twitch app was like half a year ago, and I quit using it because it didn't work. Everyone knows the old Twitch app didn't work. But
Yeah.
they have a new one out now that does apparently work. And one of the features on it, it has an audio-only button, which is great because most of the time I'm listening to Twitch on my phone, I'm just listening to music. Or I'm just listening to people. I seldom sit down on my phone to watch a video stream.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that's YouTube Red, and you'll get access to new original series and movies from some of YouTube's biggest creators. And so they announced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different shows and movies that will be debuting on YouTube Red. But I mean, there'll be more coming soon. I hope there's more, because if you're going to be paying $10, then you know.
What are the 10 that they announced? I mean,
All right, number 1, we have Scare PewDiePie.
Oh boy! Who saw that coming?
In this
I
reality
did.
Who saw
adventure
that
series,
coming?
in this reality adventure series from the creator and executive producers of The Walking Dead at Skybound Entertainment and Maker Studio, experience thrills, chills, and laughter as PewDiePie encounters terrifying situations inspired by his favorite video games. Well, I guess that means Five Nights at Freddy's won't be there.
So basically, they said, "Boy, what would be good for our new subscription service? What if we take the easiest way to get popular on YouTube and combine it with the man who's already the most popular on YouTube, who's known for screaming a lot? What if we just combine those two things? Oh my God, money explosion! The math checks out."
This
Just
is one of the
made
problems,
dollars.
though, and Total Biscuit points this out in his SoundCloud video
Still haven't listened to that.
thing. But the vast majority of PewDiePie's fans are very young people who don't have $10 a
Yeah.
month to
That's
spend
true.
on this.
That's actually
So-
a very good point.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
So I'm not sure if having PewDiePie on it is going to be as big of a draw as they maybe think it will be. I don't know. I mean, they must have analyzed all of this, but I don't know.
Yeah, but if you look purely at the data, then you would assume that it's a good thing.
But I mean, they can tell what age people are that
Yeah.
are watching, so I don't know. They must have thought that it was good enough to warrant making this show.
Well, I mean, think about it. When we were kids, what did we do when we really wanted something?
Fake our parents.
Exactly.
Yeah, ask mom and dad.
You ask mom and dad if it's okay if you spend some money.
So then moving on from Scare PewDiePie, there's Sing It from Fine Brothers Entertainment, which the Fine Brothers are the people that do the React videos.
Yeah.
So the kids react to and stuff like that. So the Fine Brothers and Manderville Films comes Sing It, a scripted comedy that lovingly satires the reality singing competitions that have become a centerpiece of pop culture.
All right. All right.
I like
Something
Fine
different.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Fine Brothers, so you
Fine
know,
Brothers are good.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it if I get it. Then there's Laser Team, so you'll be able to watch Laser Team on it. For those of you who don't know, Laser Team is the feature-length action comedy from Rooster Teeth and Full Screen Films. Four small-town losers stumble upon an alien ship carrying a mysterious cargo, leading to a battle to save Earth from an all-powerful enemy. So that's Rooster Teeth's full feature film that will be getting a theater release. So that should be coming out in January.
Ooh.
And all of these shows are going to come out next year, it says. Then we've got A Trip to Unicorn Island. From the team.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. What?
Oh,
Yeah, a trip to Unicorn Island.
All right.
From the team at Astronauts Wanted, this feature-length movie gives fans an extraordinary look into the life and journey of Lily Sine as she embarks on a challenging 26-city global tour where she has to remember to practice what she preaches. Happiness is the only thing worth fighting for.
so it's
It's a movie.
did someone just correct me if
Let
I'm
me
wrong,
look
but
at
isn't that the
Astronauts.
plot of like
Of
Yeah. I'm looking up the Astronauts Wanted, our next generation content studio. So I guess they're content producers. I don't really see anything particular that's like, oh, that's who they are. Oh, duh. Okay, so it's now I know. So people who are going to be super upset, but that's Superwoman. So it's a feature-length movie about Superwoman. You know who Superwoman is, right?
she's the lady who flies through the sky with the invisible jet and the lasso of truth?
She's a
Oh, that's
popular
Batman.
YouTuber. She's a YouTuber, vlogger, and video game personality. So.
Does she still own an invisible jet?
I hope so.
Yeah, sure. How do you know? Maybe she does.
Maybe
She
she, maybe she's sitting in it on every every show that she does.
Then there's an untitled Joey Graceffa project. In this all-new reality adventure series, Joey Graceffa brings together an ensemble of top YouTube users for a mystery murder they'll never forget. They'll form alliances to survive, but little do they know that most won't make it out alive.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know, if they get YouTubers that I like, I'll probably watch it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is one that I'm really interested in. 360 Project from MatPat of Game Theory.
Ooh.
So YouTube educator and pop culture expert Matt Pat from The Game Theorist invites the audience to come along for the ride in an innovative new series and 360 VR experience. In each episode, Matt explores a real-life science behind popular video games by throwing gamers into high-stakes scenarios they play through every day, from water jetpacks to haunted pizzerias. Basically, it sounds like he's going to continue his show, but like more.
That sounds awesome.
With some 360 VR experience, so
Always a good thing.
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, Christian? You watch Game Theory, right?
Yeah.
I guess, do you too, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, is that something that is kind of a draw for you?
Yes, not $10 a month. Once
Yeah.
again, we go back to the fact that I am very poor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, man,
Yeah.
if it was $5, I would jump on that.
Yeah,
I'd jump on
if it was
$5.
$5 a month, I would happily hop on that.
That
You
makes
do get
sense.
You do get a 1 month trial, if you want to. Continuing on, though, we've got Single by 30 in this romantic drama series by Wong Fu Productions and New Form Digital. Two high school best friends make a promise to get married if they're still single at 30. A decade later, 30 quickly approaching, their attempt at upholding their vow unfolds in unexpected ways. So it's a Wong Fu production. Neither of you guys probably watch Wong Fu.
No, never heard of them.
Yeah, I watch them. They do a lot of stuff related to romance, so it's a Wong Fu production.
I will take your word for it then.
Sorry, that just sounds. It sounds a smidge racist when I actually think about it in my head. Like
Wong Fu.
the Wong Fu production, like that name sounds fake.
Yeah.
A little, yeah.
That's what their company's called. So.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Go on.
Then we've got
No.
Untitled College Humor Project.
I do enjoy college humor.
College humor is
written
good.
and starring by the cast of College Humor along with special guests. This new anthology series will take a dark comedic look at the absurdity of internet culture.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So.
That standard college humor.
Yep,
Yeah.
College Humor. This one's probably going to be a big draw. Fight of the Living Dead. In an unprecedented social experiment reality show by Alpine Labs, Fight of the Living Dead takes popular YouTube talents and traps them in frighteningly realistic
Oh.
zombie apocalypse. They must use their instincts and gaming
Use their
skills to
instincts.
survive as they battle the
Please.
elements for the ultimate prize of survival.
I was kind of hoping that this was going just into a.
Fight Club.
We put a bunch of
Style thing.
YouTubes together and we just tell them, look, there's some stuff lying around the battlefield. Feel free to pick it up, throw it at each other, beat each other with it. Go nuts!
Gladiatorial combat. How we miss ye.
Alright, and the last show, I Am Tobuscus.
Let me guess who that's starring.
PewDiePie?
Well, him too.
Probably. Probably has 2 shows.
From the mind of Toby Turner. From the mind of Toby Turner, this scripted comedy explores the world of a self-involved YouTube creator pursuing bigger stardom. The show features original music and satires the hilarious details of being an eccentric new age celebrity.
So is he just making his biography?
Yeah, pretty
Like-
much it sounds.
Alright.
Fun fact, Tobuscus was the first channel I ever subscribed to.
Really?
Yep, that was who, like, for the longest time, I went on YouTube on a regular basis to watch Tobuscus videos.
I have the complete opposite story. Tobuscus was the first time on YouTube that I was, like, disgusted with someone. Like, back when I was getting into Minecraft, I used to watch the Yogscast.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, that was when I first really started. That was around the time that I was getting into, like, Total Biscuit was pretty much the gateway for me into YouTube content.
yeah.
And then through him, then I found the Yogscast, and I'm like, oh, wow. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. And then I heard a bunch of people like, oh, you should check out Toby Turner. He does a lot of Minecraft stuff. And I go on there and I'm just like, you are so annoying. I cannot stand you.
He is an acquired taste.
That's very true.
Like, I watched some of his animations and I liked those. Those were pretty good.
I like the literal trailers. Those are awesome.
Yeah, he does do
that's
some
not really-
he does do some stuff that I like. I'll admit that. But
I
His-
can't watch his vlogging. His
his-
vlogging does get on my nerves.
like his regular content of like back then at least, it was his regular content of Minecraft just frustrated me.
So yeah, so that's the thing. So it's gonna start October 28th. So that's coming up in like 4 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess the question is then, is that enough to convince you to pay $10 a month?
Once again, if it was 5, I think it would be, because I think that's right around the price point that I was expecting. 10 is just too much for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting too because other than a trip to Unicorn Island and Scare PewDiePie, I am familiar or at least interested in every other single one of these shows.
I am
Yeah.
morbidly curious of a trip to Unicorn Island.
Right? Like,
That's just a featured film, though. It's not really an ongoing series, so.
it sounds ridiculous, though. So, I mean,
I'm always up for some absolute ridiculous bullshit.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, oh, the other thing about it is it has an interesting way of distributing the money. So one of the issues that people have been having is the idea that it's ad free. So that's going to take
Yeah.
money away from content creators. However, Total Biscuit in his video, and I recommend that if you want to get a full view on this, go watch his video, his SoundCloud after we're done here.
Yeah, go watch a
but
real
go listen-
professional.
Yeah, go to his
Yeah.
because he got information from Google about this, because he's like a big YouTuber and all. And they gave him some information about how it was going to work. And the way that he understood that it was going to work is that YouTube would take, like the standard like 55% out of those $10 that you pay. And then the rest of your money will be distributed among all the other channels that you watch based off of minutes watched. So
So
if you
it's-
spent all your minutes watched watching PewDiePie, then PewDiePie is going to get the other $5 basically. But if you split it between multiple people, then they're going to get that money.
I think this seems fair, actually,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that way it's really going to what you're actually watching. The
Yeah.
only people that it screws over is animators, because they tend to produce a lot less content. Basically, anyone who produces regular monthly content or even weekly content is going to get a bit screwed over by this. Like, Game Theory would be a good example of that, actually. Unless you were only watching Game Theory on YouTube, chances are a lot of people are watching a lot of other things. Their 10 minutes, maybe out of your, let's say, several hours a week of YouTubing is quickly going to go, or if you're like me, way longer than a couple hours. So that's just going to get swept under the rug. I mean,
it'll probably come and go as depending. It will affect you differently, but also, let's be honest, ad block is a thing. Ad block has been being a huge pain for people, and people have been making
Yeah.
less money anyways. And the
Yeah.
vast majority of people have started going to sponsorships and other
Patreon.
and Patreon,
Oh, yeah.
Patreon especially. So I think this will definitely help a lot of people.
I
Total
think-
Biscuit was running the numbers, and he said that there was only one scenario where people would make less money. And that scenario was if, like, you came out with very few, very short animated videos. Like, animators, people who come out with really short videos very sporadically.
someone like John Tron.
Exactly. JonTron will probably be the one that suffers from this. But otherwise, every single person should make more money.
Yeah. I mean, and that's just kind of the nature of the business. I don't think that he's been. I can't really speak for this, of course, it's just pure guess. I don't think that he's been paying like all his bills with JonTron. I really
I don't
doubt
think
that.
so either.
Yeah.
Even if he has like millions and millions of views per video, I don't think one video every month or so is really raking in everything. Though who knows? I could be wrong. I'm
But yeah,
I'm not in that.
the thing is, if you could convince a lot of people to sign up for YouTube Red, like, that would actually really help the YouTube, like, ecospace.
It
Um,
could.
So, I don't know. It's just the price. Can we convince? In the blog post on, because it's on, through the Google Plus
Yeah.
comment section, Hank Green, who's a very big YouTuber, Hank Green, one of the two founders of VidCon, he came out in support of it. said that he says, quote, "I find myself legitimately excited for this. It's a very big change, and so a lot of people are going to be rightfully wary. Other big changes have been good for YouTube, so we will see." And this is pretty big, actually, that he's saying this, because Hank and John Green have been extremely anti-monetizing YouTube. They don't make money off of their videos. They don't want to make money off of their videos. And so the fact that Hank Green is coming out in support of this actually surprised me.
I don't know, it's a way, I think it's a way to legitimize content creators. It's a way that says someone is actually paying for your product, as opposed to, I mean, either way, they're paying for your product with their time when it comes to ads. But people have a hard time understanding that. That's a lot less physical than something you can hold in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it adds more of a legitimacy to the general public's eye.
Yeah, it definitely helps them understand exactly what this service is, sort of thing.
Because I've heard a lot of stories of, people saying, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," and people are like, "Well, what is that? How do you get money? How do you get paid? Can you really make money just from nothing? Where's the money come from?"
Yeah.
And I think this is a good way to describe, like, well, look, either people are paying with their time, or they're actually putting forward $10 a month. And I can kind of see why it's $10 a month. If YouTube is taking a 50% cut that leaves $5 to be distributed amongst everything, if that was only $2.50, then that'd literally be
nothing.
We'd literally be cutting their profits in half.
Yeah. So it's like, man, if YouTube is going to take half of it, then yes, it should be $10. Because otherwise, what's the point? The whole point of this is to get them money. And I mean, let's be honest, YouTube's owned by Google, so they don't need more money. But they are providing a service.
I mean,
let's be honest, this is a service that
they're
providing. It's not their job to make it easy.
I mean, I've been thinking about this, actually, and I was thinking, that's a lot of money to pay for something that is normally free to us. But when you think about it, think of exactly how stressed and how powerful of a server they have to have. Like, this thing is holding
all the
this
time.
thing is holding millions of gigabytes. This is going beyond terabytes of information. So, and it's constantly being streamed in and out. I imagine that obviously they have a business strategy that's been working for a long time, but in order to maintain that, they might, because they keep improving the quality of the service. Obviously, being owned by Google helps. But I'm honestly not sure how much of a profit YouTube makes. I imagine it's quite a bit. And I'm curious to see how much extra they see from this service, because I can't see a lot of people jumping on this right away. Because while they have a decent lineup, I don't think they have enough of a lineup where people are just going to be like, "Oh yeah, I need that in my life." Like right now,
I know they
$10.
said that there's more to come. So I think when they get more shows, that will help. But I don't know. And I mean, it's kind of a chicken and egg thing. You got to get more people doing it, but you got to convince more people to do it too. I think one thing that will help is that I think, these people, they can see, like, some of these people are honestly the ones that might be most affected by this policy. Your MatPat, your College Humor. College Humor comes out with several videos a month.
Yeah.
Like, MatPat only really comes out with a few videos a month. But with this show, I'm sure he's getting a sizable amount of money from YouTube to produce this show.
Yeah. I wonder how it will compare to something like sponsored content. Which one will end up being... I imagine sponsored content, it would still probably be the most profitable for them, because the money's going directly to them.
Yeah, I agree. I think sponsored content will always exist and should always exist, because I think it's a very unique thing. But I think that this will help bringing the money in. I don't know. It's just, I think YouTube is kind of the internet is becoming the new cable in my mind. People are starting to cut cords and everything, as they say. People are cutting. And so that results in this is a new format that's coming. and we're seeing more subscription model where people can subscribe to YouTube, they can subscribe to Netflix, Twitch channels, Hulu.
There's actually been talk lately that there's going to be some sort of mediator between all these things. Some sort of subscription service that combines all the subscription services and says, and this has been legitimately something that's getting talked about because people are subscribed to like you said, they're subscribed to Netflix, they're subscribed to all sorts of different subscriptions. To be able to just go out and say, here is $15 a month, give me access to everything. And if anyone's going to do it, it's probably going to be Google.
Yeah.
Because they have the money to actually make those contacts, supplement them a little, because
the search engine.
Yeah.
They have their own browser.
They have their own browser and their own search engine, which is the most popular search engine in the world. They invented a term that they didn't want to invent.
Google it.
They've pretty much got it made, yeah.
What do you think, though, Chris? I mean, you're the kind of person that's probably even more stingy than either of us when it comes to money. What would convince you to pay into this? Is it a price drop? Is it more content that you want? What would convince you to sign up for YouTube Red?
More content. Like, the things you listed, yeah, some of them seem interesting and everything, and MatPat would be one I would definitely want to watch. But honestly, this lineup, in my eyes, just isn't that great. I mean, that's what we really would need, in my opinion.
What about you, Jared? What do you think would have to be there for you to sign up?
I don't know. Honestly, this is actually a really good, like, if I had the money, which when I get a steady job and I know that I can support $10 a month, I'll be honest, I'm probably going to sign up for this. Because like I said, the Sing It, Laser Team.
So you're already on board then.
Yeah, but that's also because, like I said, of these 10 projects, 8 of them I'm interested in. Like, I am highly interested in 8 of these projects because they just happen to pick the YouTubers that I watch. So I almost feel like they personally picked all of these myself. Like, I couldn't, like, it's Rooster Teeth, Fine Brothers, Wong Fu Productions, College Humor, I'm okay with Tobiscus, The Fight of the Living Dead,
Tobiscus.
Matt Pat.
Tobiscus.
Like honestly, these are the YouTubers that I watch a lot. I'd like to see more get on, but honestly, it's almost there for me. And plus, the ad free and knowing that I'm supporting the people I watch. I mean, I'm a Rooster Teeth sponsor, so this isn't. I'm not opposed to the idea of signing up. There's lots of Twitch people. Like, this is much better than Twitch Turbo, which Tobiscus Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit spent a lot of time discussing that about how much better this was. Like, this was what Twitch Turbo should have been.
And it's funny because Twitch Turbo is the subscription service on Twitch, correct?
Yes.
That's
the actual. Like the blanket one.
Yeah, that's the actual name of it. The problem is that you got so much more from being subscribed to an individual channel than you did Twitch Turbo.
Yeah. That didn't help the content producers. It was bad for the content producers.
And that's the thing is, like, I think for me, it would just have to be the price point. Right now, I'm paying $5 a month because I am subscribed to Total Biscuit on Twitch. So I feel like $5 a month is right at my baseline price point of, like, this is how much I'm willing to pay for content per month.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would rather just watch some ads. I do have ad block, but I have all of the YouTubers that I watch whitelisted on my ad block so that I still watch ads on their channel. So I'm okay with paying a little bit of my time. I've got time, I don't have money.
Right.
But I'm starting to run out of time. So soon I'll have nothing.
Yeah.
And then you'll just be looking around just like, well then.
I think the 30-day trial is going to be really good, and when the shows that I really want come up, I'll probably do the trial.
Yeah. I can see that too.
Believe me, a lot of people are probably going to use it too, just to watch Laser Team.
Right.
I feel like Rooster Teeth is probably one of the highest things on that lineup they got there for people who can actually pay money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if Rooster Teeth ended up producing a show for them. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird to see them because they don't need to. They have
Right.
their own
Yeah.
platform that they do for sponsors only. Like, you can subscribe to them, which I would highly recommend because they've got some awesome content and more coming every day. Like, every month there's something new happening. Like, Rooster Teeth's amazing. I love Rooster Teeth.
You've told us many, many times for
Yeah.
hours on end.
I know.
We won't stop talking about Rooster Teeth.
But, College Humor, I like them. Matt Pat. I'm trying to think of the other YouTubers. There's lots of YouTubers that are just part of, like, small networks that would be kind of. But, like, How It Should Have Ended, they're really big.
Yeah.
Rhett and Link.
Now,
but
question.
they've already got their daily show. Yeah.
Do they have to be a part of this? These are exclusive content to this service, correct?
Yep.
Do they have to be part of this service in order to receive money from this? In other words, if you are paying that $10 a month,
No.
no matter what
No,
you
no,
watch
no.
on YouTube, that money goes to them, right?
Yep.
All right.
That was something that Total Biscuit was actually saying would be really cool, is if at the end of the month you could make it so that you could see where your money went.
Oh, that would be really nice. But on the other
Yeah,
hand,
they'll never do
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna
but
say-
that would be cool.
I was going to say they are very, very secretive about that.
Yeah, but it would be cool to be like, 50% of like the money that like obviously they wouldn't show that 55% of your money went to YouTube, but like 50% of that other 50% went to Total Biscuit or to Rooster Teeth. That'd be really cool. They won't do it, but it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, is there anything else that we wanted to say on YouTube Red? I mean, I think we've given our opinions of it.
Seems interesting, but
I think multiple
Yeah.
price tiers would be interesting.
that would be
Being able to say like,
maybe
if you
that'll be
want,
something that gets implemented later.
like if you want your exclusive content, you pay the full $10 a month. If you don't, you pay, something like Netflix has, where you can.
Yeah.
There's different price tiers. You could have just ad free for $5 a month or $8 a month, something like that.
That'd be interesting.
So we had an interesting topic
Yeah,
brought
I'm
up in the
just
chat
looking
there.
at that right now.
right.
Nice
So
idea.
the
Nice topic.
The Halo 5 Collector's Edition, which releases this Tuesday, is going to include a digital copy instead of a disc. What are your guys' opinions on this? Because this, as a, I was going to say as a non-console player, but no, I actually do Nintendo. I will buy every Nintendo console till the end of time. So
Well, I'm very anti. Like, I love internet and digital content, and I think it's going down. I mean, even if you look at like Metal Gear Solid 5, if I remember correctly, they had the physical disc, but it had like only part of it. Or there was a game, big game, AAA game recently. Sorry, I got the hiccups.
Grand Theft Auto,
Was that the one? But like
where
it
you
had
had
like,
to
a
install it on the
small-
disc.
Yeah.
Well, they had one where it was like a small portion was on the disc, and then it brought the rest of it online, and then they were asked, why did you do that? And it's like, well, the disc wasn't big enough.
Oh,
And so then it's like,
no.
why didn't you just, like, I don't
Yeah.
remember which game it was, but...
I don't think that was Grand Theft Auto then. Grand Theft Auto, it actually had to install it onto your system because it couldn't read from the disc fast enough to load the things it needed. Grand Theft Auto
Makes sense.
5, I feel so sorry for people who bought that on like 360 and PS3. That thing melted those systems. Those systems could not handle that game. There were systems
That's why
that
they don't support them anymore.
well, there was those systems that literally
That's true.
broke down. Like they didn't work anymore after trying to run the game because it pushed them so hard. It would install onto the hard drive and read from the disk, so it could read from both of them at once in order to increase its loading. Otherwise, the game would lag. So if either of those components were slightly lagging behind the other, you would have a desynchronization between them and start getting errors.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as I go, I'm almost always a supporter of going digital. I think the only thing that I support of like more traditional like media sets is like a traditional movie theater, which I love still. But other than that, I'm like almost always for like the evolution of media.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's look at the reason why they're doing this. It's most likely to prevent used game sales. It's a perfect
Oh
way.
yeah, most definitely.
It's a perfect way to
I
do
guess I
it.
hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
It's
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
Jared, you're gonna hate me for saying this.
No, I was gonna say I wanted to know what you were thinking because
Yeah,
I know you're far
I
more
ca-
traditional.
Yeah,
Than I
I
am.
kind of assumed what this answer would be.
I completely love discs more than anything else in the entire world.
He loves them more than his faith, more than his future children. Discs just the rest of life
Look.
pales in comparison.
Look, if I could just take a bath with discs everywhere, I would.
But okay, but what is your reasoning
Yeah.
for wanting to bathe in discs?
My reasoning so much isn't for the disc itself, but for the fact that I have a physical copy of which I can actually take a look at and be like, yes, this is mine. I like this. This is cool. I'm a collector at heart. That's mainly the reason why I want these things, is because I can just show it off. Like, this is my large collection of games. Everyone comes in and be like, you have a large collection of games.
Here's the
That's
thing,
why I
though.
like
You
it.
can still do that with this. I mean, it still comes with. I assume it comes with a case still. So you can still
I
put
would
the case
assume
on your
so, yeah.
shelf.
Yeah, there's that, but it still doesn't feel quite the same, you know? I mean,
You know, it's all just an illusion, though.
it is.
I guess I haven't given my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in two minds about it. For one, I don't think that we've advanced far enough in terms of console hard drives to justify having everything be digital.
I would agree.
We have not. Like, I have a 2
Neither have
terabyte.
we with internet infrastructure worldwide.
Yeah, like I have a 2
Exactly.
terabyte hard drive in my computer, and it's getting full and it's dedicated to nothing but games. So, because I mean, for instance, Jared today was downloading Shadows of Mordor. What is that? Like a 40 something gig install?
42 gigabytes. That was
42
another thing that I
gigs.
played
42
a little
gigs.
bit of.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is bigger. Grand Theft Auto 5 is bigger. They're huge. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 was somewhere in the 60 range of gigabytes.
Yeah, I think it was like 67 or something.
Does anyone
Some-
remember how big Skyrim is? Because I mean, I remember that
Skyrim's
was
like a
big.
gig.
What?
Yeah.
I felt like that was really big when it came out.
No. That was one of Skyrim's big selling points, is that they actually managed to make the file size for Skyrim smaller than the file size for Oblivion,
Really?
Wow.
because they basically invented a new technology specifically for their engine that could compress all this data. So that was one of their big things, was
Oh
when
my.
when you install this game, it's going to install nice and smooth.
6 gigabytes.
For what? Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Wow, that
6
actually is
gigabytes.
that's went up a lot of ways since release.
Well, yeah, I mean, they added a lot of DLC.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's its minimum system requirements. Hard disk space, 6 gigabytes free. Wow. That's impressive that game is 6 gigabytes.
Right?
Like, that is, like, I would have expected at least at least double that.
I'm actually
Oh.
interested to see. Oh yeah, mine is heavily modded, so my 13 gigs is probably not a good indication there, considering I think I have like 8 gigabytes of texture packs installed. But
Yeah.
I mean, let's even look at Fallout. Like, the new Fallout coming out. How big that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be... that's gonna be 30.
yeah, it's. I mean, and that's with the same engine, so that's with the same compression technology. Maybe that speaks to how big Fallout 4 is going to be. I hope
Yeah.
it does.
Me too. But I mean, then let's look at another game, XCOM 2. You know, that's a grand
So,
strategy
yeah.
game. Oh, they don't have any information
Yeah,
on that.
but anyways, like I was saying,
Yes.
I don't think we've advanced enough in hard disk space to have that be purely the only way to do it. I think it should definitely be an option. Myself, like for instance, on my 3DS, I never buy the physical copy of anything, because when it comes to a mobile device, I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff with me. Downloadable content makes so much sense on mobile devices. I really hope with the next DS, whatever the next mobile device is from Nintendo, they focus a lot on giving it a big hard drive, because even Nintendo themselves, the people who are like 20 years behind everyone else when it comes to technology,
Yeah.
they are finally starting to say, like, I think digital downloads are the way to go, especially with the virtual console. So,
Love that.
Dweeb also brought up an interesting thing. So,
What's
he's
that?
yeah,
he
thank you,
points
Dweeb,
out-
for all the interesting topics, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So he also talks about how the next tier for Halo 5 includes a statue, and then talks about how Fallout 4 has the Pit Boy, and then I pointed out that Battlefront is adding a Han Solo mini fridge.
Oh, don't forget the fact that the Ultimate Edition of Battlefront is like $120.
That's for the mini fridge.
That comes with the mini fridge.
It comes with a mini fridge with
pretty
it's
sure
a Han
the-
Solo
like-
carbonite mini fridge. Like
How
that's
big
the,
is-
that's the only difference between the two. But yeah, so that is interesting that we are getting a lot of physical incentives in this last year of incentives.
No, the Ultimate Edition does not come with a mini fridge. That's a different edition.
Oh, okay.
The Ultimate
What's
Edition,
the Ultimate Edition come with?
the Ultimate
that the
Edition
season
comes
pass?
with the season pass. So if you ever
Oh, yeah.
wanted a $60 season pass, and I'm sorry, it also comes with 2 animations that you can do in combat. So if you've ever wanted to pay $60 for 2 animations and some DLC that you have no idea what it's going to be, that might not come out for a very long time,
Listen,
then $60.
Sign me up.
if
Sign me up.
if you're gonna talk shit about EA for doing that, then you have to do it for Bethesda too, because Bethesda's doing the same thing.
I don't recall them charging $60 for a season pass.
No, but they are charging for a season pass that they don't know what it is.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. Bethesda needs to, like, at least Bethesda said they don't know what it is. A part of me has a little respect for that, especially when a
Right.
developer comes out and says, like, look, when I see a cheap game on Steam and the description is literally like, look, we know the game's not that good, so we made it 99 cents, have fun. And I'm just like, you know what? I respect that. I respect your logic there. Like, yeah, this game's shit. 99 cents. Just like, okay. Why not?
Yeah.
But I think that the $60 price tag is just kind of ludicrous. That's my opinion.
Oh,
Yeah.
At least when it comes to both companies, we know that the DLC, we know what kind of DLC is going to be coming out, because
Yeah.
it's going to be, for Battlefront, it's just going to be new maps, and for Bethesda, it's probably going to be new zones, new quests, and
New
of course,
stories.
yeah, and of course, if they follow the other Fallout tradition, it's going to be DLC that you pay that just adds weapons to the game that are all bad.
yeah.
Hey, but most of the DLC was pretty good for Fallout 3.
Yeah, but then there was also the DLC that was literally just like, we added a new location in the waste that you can go that contains a bunch of really crappy guns. It's like, great.
By the way, if you're interested in getting Fallout 3, it's $4 right now without any of the DLC.
Oh, yeah.
$4.
But I guess
It's $10 if you want all of the game, including, which I would recommend.
I would really
But I
recommend
mean-
that, yeah.
But I mean, like, if you look at everything they've got, you've got Fallout 3, you've got Operation Anchorage, Broken Steel, Pit, Mothership Zeta, and Point
Anyways,
Lookout.
enough-
Those were all really good DLC.
Enough of the Fallout advertisement. It was a great game. You should,
Who doesn't love Fallout? Fallout's amazing.
yeah.
But
anyways,
I noticed something. Yeah. go ahead.
Back to the point of what the original thing was about, physical
Oh, yeah,
physical
Dweeb's
copies.
original question.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that they're becoming more expensive because, one, the quality of them has been improving. If you look at, well, okay, yes and no. I should say the general quality of it's been improving. For instance, with Skyrim, we had a nice figurine of a dragon. We have a mini fridge apparently coming with Battlefront, which doesn't fully make sense to me. I guess Han Solo freezing? Is that
Han Solo Carbonite.
Carbon, is that the logic behind this? Is like Han Solo was preserved once. Let's make something that preserves people,
Probably.
or food. I assume you don't have people in your fridge, but
Well, most of
no
us.
judgment. You do you.
Yeah.
And they have been getting more pricey. There's been a lot of. The thing is video game prices should technically be higher than they are right now. Due to inflation, video game prices right now actually should be at about $80, but due to
Oh.
consumer backlash, they don't go up. Digital games can stay a bit cheaper, but physical retail games should be actually going up due to the manufacturing cost. And we're not seeing that cutback when it comes to physical devices. Any sort of physical tat that they like to bring with it. We're not seeing that markdown. That's something that has to be individually manufactured. It's something that the factory, they don't have a factory specifically for it, like they do discs. So they have to hire a factory to special order these things. That's what the situation that happened with the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition, actually.
Yep.
Is that the factory basically said, look, we can't make any more of these things. Bethesda said, look, here's a ton of money. Please make us some more. And they said, all right, I suppose we can make some more. And when they got finished with that batch, they said, no more. We can't interrupt our regular production lines anymore to keep making this. We have to get back to what our, primary customers are asking of us.
Even though it's like crazy bucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Dweeb also brought an interesting fact, which I have a friend from Australia. It costs a lot of money to import to Australia, in particular. Canada, I guess, too does, but Australia's a lot of money to import things.
Oh. Yeah, that in Australia just has crazy game prices in general. Like, for some reason,
Yeah.
people don't seem to comprehend that the Australian currency is not equivalent to the US currency. $60 is not the equivalent of. I actually don't know what the currency is in Australia. I'm drawing a blank right now. Aussie dollars, then Oz bucks.
Oh. Oh no.
So, yet they're priced equally, and
Yeah.
in the end, they end up paying around $80+ for their games on
Yeah.
average. That's a normal price.
But yeah, and then next thing on the questions was what would be good pricing for games for like collector's item plus season pass and exclusives. Man, $180 is still a lot. That just feels like so much money to spend.
Trying to think here. I will admit I did buy the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition, and I'm trying to remember. I think it was $130, right?
Yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah, it was pretty expensive. In that case, I felt justified in doing it because it was an actual functional device. Like, it actually had some sort of gameplay effect where I could put my phone into it and.
But don't you have a phone that won't fit in it?
No, I have a phone that'll fit in it.
Oh, you have a phone that fits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any new phone that I buy won't fit in it, but luckily I have an old phone that's going to become a brick soon because I'm going to get a new one. So that my old phone is literally just going to become my Pip-Boy.
Pip-Boy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it in the
Excellent.
Pip-Boy, and I'm just going to have it be officially. I'm going to literally wipe it clean and just have the Pip-Boy app on it.
Excellent.
I'm going to see if I can modify it a bit. I'm going to probably tinker with it and make it so it boots up into the Pip-Boy app.
Yeah. But I mean, for me, I don't know. I just can't see myself spending $180 on a game. I guess people who have a lot of disposable income,
And it
or
really
even $200.
And it really depends. Like, for me, most of that stuff, like the Skyrim Dragon and all that, that's stuff that I would end up putting on a shelf somewhere and
Right.
forgetting. Eventually, I would decide I'm sick of dusting this thing when I never do anything with it, and I would put it in a box somewhere and I'd never look at it again. So that's why I don't usually end up buying physical things.
I don't know. For me, since I take great pride in my decorations and things like that. So for me, having that higher price range seems a little more legit. It's not something I can afford, but it's definitely something I would like. But I don't know. It's 180 is still quite a lot of money, though.
I will agree. I will agree, Dweeb. The Pip-Boy is probably the coolest collector's item that's ever come out. Like, honestly, I don't think that there's ever been a collector's item that has ever gone so popularly.
Definitely not.
I mean, when was the last time that people just went crazy for one of these items?
Right? That thing sold out like within a couple days.
Yep.
Yeah.
I happened upon it by pure chance. I didn't realize the demand was that crazy, and I happened to casually stroll onto the internet about the exact time that they came back in stock, which, by the way, was only a 1 hour period before they sold out. So I just happened to be online at the time within that 1 hour period and pre-order it. And I was sitting here debating in my head, like, should I wait for it to open up somewhere else? Because I had to buy it from Best Buy, and they were charging $7 more than most people. Do I really want to spend the extra $7? And eventually I'm like, screw it, and I bought it. And then after I had purchased it, I went back and refreshed the page. It was sold out. So
Wow.
it sold out very fast. I think that
Man.
we're going to probably end up seeing a lot less physical things coming with our games, though, simply because of the
You think
digital
so?
age. I think because
I agree on the respect of like just regular games, but like collector's editions though.
collector's editions, I
Yeah.
could definitely see them producing more, because I think that they have to replace physical editions somehow. And I think
Exactly.
we're gonna end up in a situation where the digital edition of a game just comes with the game, and if you want to buy a physical edition of the game, there's probably that's going to be part of the collector's edition.
Yeah,
Like
I can
that,
see
I would
that.
like to see that.
like that won't be something
Yeah.
you can just buy separately. That will be considered the collector's edition. Like it'll probably come with a nice tin, an instruction book. It's gonna be a lot higher quality of a physical copy. Is what it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
I would prefer that, to be perfectly honest. I think that would be
Yeah,
a good
same
idea.
here.
Yeah.
I think that's the way we should go. But once again, as we've said before, we need to improve internet connections and what else? Space on hard drives.
Space on hard drives, especially in
Oh, yeah.
some of the countries around the Middle East area, they're very slow internet connections in certain places.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And then you have Sweden, which is like the king of the internet with their fiber optics everywhere.
but Nintendo needs to have like a terabyte on the NX.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They need to really.
Actually, fun fact, the US has some of the slowest internet in the world.
Time Warner.
Yeah.
We
I blame Time Warner for that.
we don't have the slowest, but we're not among the really high bandwidth areas.
And you
We're
know
not
why that
Europe.
is? I honestly think it's because there's just not enough competition. I mean, we have so many companies, but how many places in the United States are only covered by one company? Like, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's usually Time Warner.
Cell phones and internet. Those are the two things that are just completely monopolized in this country.
Yeah.
And now Google is offering both of them. So eventually,
Oh, jeez. Is that true?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just reading chat. 3% of Americans are still on dial-up.
oh,
Why?
I didn't realize that was still an option. Like I didn't know that that was something you could still do.
And I mean, like, if you think about it, 3% isn't a lot, but, like, what's the American population right now?
It's
Pretty
United States population. There are 308, like almost 319 million people.
wow.
So 3% of that's a lot of people.
It's like 9 million people.
Wow.
But anyways, those are the things that need to change before we can go to an all digital era. And as for physical pre-orders, I think we kind of covered they're expensive because they are custom made for order. It's not like they have a factory out there that's specifically dedicated to this.
Yeah.
So they're a games company, not a knickknacks company. You know, Nintendo has at this point gotten to the point where they're starting to have their own factories and whatnot because of all the amiibos. And we saw that with the amiibos when they were first coming out, where they were very, very scarce because they were all custom made. And they are still custom made, but Nintendo's gotten a lot better at that, where they're starting to cut special deals with the factories, saying like, look, you're an amiibos factory now, deal with it.
You
That's the
work
thing.
for
Some
us
of these
now.
big developers are almost going to have to start. Like, that would be really interesting to see some of these big companies, like, build, like, I don't know, hire a factory to specifically be their factory. Like, Sony gets, like, a Sony factory, and that would be really interesting then, too. Like, okay, so imagine this. So we have the Sony factory, and video game companies who make games exclusively for Sony can use the Sony factory to build their items.
That'd be cool.
Like, something like that. I mean, that's not going to happen, but that would be a very interesting, that'd be a very interesting situation that we would live in.
I
Once
totally
again, it's not
agree.
going to happen, but it'd be interesting.
You can't say won't.
Well, it
Can't
won't
say
be Sony
will.
that does it. It won't be Sony. It would have to be
I could see
Nintendo or
Nintendo doing
Microsoft.
it.
I
Nintendo
don't know.
Probably. Well, with how many amiibos they're making these days and
Yeah,
how
that's
much they're pushing it, I mean, they'd be the one I'd see above anything else.
But it'd just be their own factory then. It wouldn't be because no one else makes games.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much
I
covered.
guess. Yeah,
covered.
I guess that's all I gotta say to that. Should we go on to releases?
Gramdolph's here.
Oh, looks like Gramdolph's
Hi,
come back.
Gramdolph.
Our beloved regular. There is no Mustafa here. I apologize.
Oh, I don't think it worked.
Oh? I think they have to put the dot in place of every one of the periods. Twitch is pretty
Oh.
stingy about that. It's a security thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But still, ew.
Hi, Gramdolph.
Everybody knows Gramdolph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the regulars. So
There
yeah, I
it
guess.
is.
There we
Yay, got it. So yeah, I guess we can move on to talking about releases. There's quite a few of them coming out now.
go. All right. Pull up the
If
list.
somebody wants to look up these on Steam as I go through them, we've got on Monday Sinarun.
Sinarun.
Yes, that's S-I-N-A Run.
S-I-N-A. Oh, like sin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Sin Run.
What a peculiar name.
Yeah.
It's
What kind of a game does it look like?
a minimalist 3D platformer / racing game. Find a level you like and played hundreds of times.
Wait, what? That sounds
That's-
terrible.
Oh,
Does
no. I've seen
Does it
this
at
game
least look
before.
good? I have to look this up.
I've
now.
seen this game before. It's a parkour game, basically.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
as it said, it's a 3D platformer where basically you're running as fast as possible, and you can do things like run on the walls, jump off the walls, and it's all about speed and accuracy.
oh, this looks very minimalistic.
Yes, it's literally just untextured
Uh,
platforms.
It's in early access right now, so I guess it's coming out of early access then.
Yeah,
Must be.
I'd suppose so. Wait, no, it goes into early access on the 26th.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, yep, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's.
guess, look
I
at
heard
that
about
if you're
this.
looking
I heard
for
about this a
parkour
few
game.
months ago. From what I heard, it's looking pretty good. The controls are very accurate, and it's great if you just like speedrunning.
Orc Slayer is also coming out on Monday.
Orcs.
Orc Slayers, the most generic name.
Nope, Kingdom. That's far more.
Good point. We do have a game on the
Yeah.
list called Kingdom. All right.
Of course.
Oh my, does this look like it's from the PS2 era? Okay, no, scratch that. PS2 would have way better graphics in this. This is PS1 level era. Armed with a revolutionary new weapon of mass orc slaying, your mission is one of pure revenge. So basically, you just run around killing orcs.
They.
All right.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, just go around kill orcs.
What if I don't want to kill an orc?
Do have to say I do enjoy how when you hit them, they go flying 10 feet backwards. That's enjoyable.
Okay, that seems interesting.
All right. Tuesday we got some major releases coming out. We got Halo 5 Guardians. I don't think anyone needs to have a description on that. That's coming out for the Xbox.
What's
out-
this Halo?
You see,
Is it
Outpost
starring
13.
Doom Guy?
I'm gonna look up
Yes,
Outpost
and-
13. That's a game coming out for the PC. While you're looking up that, WWE 2K16 comes out
Oh yeah,
for
gotta get
Xbox
that.
and PlayStation systems.
all right.
It's a point-and-click adventure strategy game. Not WWE. The Outpost 13.
That
So
would be
I would
interesting.
I would
Point-and-click
love to see a point-and-click strategy game of WWE. Okay, but Outpost 13 is a point-and-click strategy adventure game where you are a monster, and you must escape
Okay.
an icy planet by strategically killing off the crew members while maintaining your cover as the crew's dog. That actually sounds really fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind
that's a
of
good
want
premise.
this. How expensive is it?
Let's see. I don't think it has. It doesn't have a price point yet.
Oh,
You
you're
can't.
right.
You can't pre-order it or anything like that.
What? Oh my! Oh no! I'm looking at
Oh.
pictures of this game. Oh no!
Yeah.
The second picture.
Oh yes, there's blood everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. This game looks fantastic.
Yeah. All right. If that
Kill.
sounds interesting to you, then take a look at that. That comes out on Tuesday. Other games coming out: Star Wars: The Old Republic, Knights of the Fallen Empire. That's the new expansion to the primary. It's a primarily single-player expansion. That's a good question. We'll get to that when we get to that video game, Dweeb. He was just asking about Syndicate. Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition.
They're making an enhanced edition of that already.
Yeah, which I might look into because I still haven't gotten Divinity Original Sin yet.
Might as well
Oh
at
no,
that
that
point.
comes out in. That's only coming out on PS4 and Xbox.
Oh, okay. So it must just be like an HD remake for those systems.
Yeah, it must
Probably.
be. Okay.
They do that
I still need to
sometimes.
get that
on
game though.
Consoles. Filthy peasants.
Europe is getting Darksider 2,
Okay.
and then Monster High New Ghoul in School for the Wii in America.
Okay.
Wait, for the Wii or Wii U?
It says for the Wii.
Monster High. Monster High what?
New Ghoul in School.
Monster High New Ghoul in School.
Yeah.
It says for the
is
Wii. It looks like
apparently
it's...
an animated series. Huh. This is an animated series apparently.
I guess it's got a game coming out.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Then we got the
Um,
park.
Yeah.
Which is a
It's
PC
it
game.
is it is actually coming out for the 360, the Wii U, PS3, 3DS, Wii, and PC.
Huh.
People still make games on the Wii.
I guess.
For whatever reason. Okay, but this is GameSpot that's saying this. So this might not be accurate at all.
Yeah, I agree. I
Uh,
don't think that's accurate.
I don't trust.
The
trust-
park. Look up the park while I say other things.
Wait, this better
MX.
not be the game I'm thinking of.
NX versus ATV Supercross Encore.
Yes.
More than a port of a console release. MX versus ATV Supercross Encore for PC also contains tracks. The funny thing is, it's saying all this about PC, but it's being released in Europe for the PS4.
Bravo. Bravo.
You got anything on the park?
Yes, it is a. It kind of looks like a Dear Esther style. It's kind of like that new breed. It's a survival horror game on Steam. All right. It's the same as all the rest.
I
you
found
walk
it finally.
you walk through a creepy place, defenseless in a horror setting in an amusement park.
Yeah, it's an amusement park. I can. Looks like it's on sale right now. If you want to pre-order it, it's like 23% off.
Have you ever wanted to own a survival horror game? Well then, oh boy, aren't there a million choices for you?
Yeah, I don't know. This one doesn't look particularly interesting.
It kind of looks like, well, they talk about, it's focused on exploration and storytelling. In other words, nothing happens. You just look. I've played too many games like Dear Esther, Gone to the Rapture. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
Then we got Minecraft Story Mode is coming out for the PlayStation and Xbox systems.
We already talked a little bit about that. It's
Yeah,
the
I think we said enough on that.
Yeah.
Then Networm.
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 Yeah, Networm. It has a funky look on its picture.
You pay for computer viruses now?
Apparently.
That'd be amazing.
It's the debut title from Cuddly Zombie.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's a hacking minigame. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes me think of like Uplink, I guess, maybe.
no, not at all. Uplink was a very, very in-depth actual hacking. This
Yeah.
is a game.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I don't know. I wasn't looking at Networm. I just assumed.
Yeah, it kind of looks like I feel really bad now. I can't actually remember the name of the game. You know what? I'm gonna just put a trailer up on it. That way people can
Okay.
just look at it themselves.
For Networm?
Yeah.
Okay. While that's playing, then we got... Oh, Zoombinis! I played that game when I was a kid.
Zoom
I'm sorry,
Beanies?
Zoom Beanies?
Yeah, didn't... Didn't you ever hear?
No.
This is Zoombinis.
No, I've never heard of Zoombinis.
Zoombinis was the bomb. It's like a game where it's an educational game. Okay, I played this so much as a kid. Zoombinis is an educational game where you are trying to help the Zoombinis move to their new home.
Okay.
That game was amazing when I was a kid. By the
Oh,
way,
they're zombies then.
No, they're not zombies.
No, they're not zombies. They just look like zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Well, they're
there's-
the blue ones. They're the blue ones.
Okay, they're nerdy blue circles.
Yeah.
Poor Zoombinis.
And then we got Albert and Otto.
Albert and Otto?
Yeah.
Please tell me that's a game about a sentient car and Albert Einstein.
I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be awesome. Oh no, there's a very sad child on the front with some horrible red-looking bunny. It's a story
Aw.
about a boy and his abducted sister's magical bunny.
Oh. Okay.
Excuse me while I go cry for a second.
They embark on a yeah, you and your bunnies. They embark on a journey to find her, overcoming murderous beasts and lethal puzzles by working together. Although Albert and Otto at first seems like a journey to save the damsel in distress, it is anything but. Trying to really avoid the cliche in your title there, aren't you?
Yes.
I know.
So that's the thing.
Just a little
That
tip.
was-
Sorry, just a little tip for devs. In your description, in your one-paragraph description on Steam that you get, don't spend it talking about how the game looks like something but isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not too impressed with that one. Void and Meddler. Its description here is Void and Meddler is a non-linear cyberpunk adventure.
Okay.
That sounds interesting.
It's, yeah, that's literally all it says on. Looks like a platformer, not a platformer, it's a side scroller of some sort.
Almost like a click and point adventure.
Yeah.
It's point and click.
Yep. It's a point and click adventure. I'm just looking at the trailer.
It
for
looks
here.
nice.
Jared is very drunk.
Every day.
Always.
Yep, always drunk. Chat was asking if Jared's drunk. He's always drunk.
Mhm.
So
Always drunk.
that's where his 5 o'clock shadow always comes from.
Yep.
But for him, it's more like a double 5 o'clock shadow. a 10 o'clock,
Sure.
a 10 o'clock
Sure.
shadow, if you will.
So moving
Yeah.
on to Thursday, we got WWE is being released in other places. Japanese game, Etridian Odyssey 2 Unfold, the
Okay.
Verfner Night. It's a 3DS game for Japan.
Heard of that series?
Farming
good.
Simulator 15 gets released in
Oh,
Europe
boy.
and Australia.
Oh boy.
Yay.
How to Survive 2 comes out on PC. That's like a zombie survival game. Horde survival, if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry. What? I was talking with chat. They're talking about your horrible addiction to alcohol, Jared.
I
should-
don't have a problem.
We should have a
I
several
can quit whenever I
have a
want.
several hour-long intervention someday on the podcast for you.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Can we do that?
One day when people care enough, we'll just sit down when we have enough viewers, and we can dedicate a podcast to people just asking us questions.
That would sounds pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. But we have to have people that care, other
That's
than
true.
Gramdelf and Dweeb.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna,
obviously
I was gonna say, yeah, our people now don't care at all. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Nah.
That's right, Gramdelf is trying to be me. But I'm not you, Gramdelf.
I don't know. The evidence is stacking up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but Gramdelf said I would be shaved at the next podcast, and I'm not. I just got a
Maybe
haircut and trimmed.
that's another reason to not trust you.
'Cause I
Exactly.
have a haircut.
Jared said he would shave next time. You have not
so I'm
shaved.
a pathological liar as well.
Yes, as well as not being Jared.
See, this is why I'm glad we're in different
I love
states.
Gramdelf said he loves gaming news.
Gaming
we should
news
probably
is the
finish
best.
up these. Let's try to finish up these, and then we can talk. Pathological Classic HD. The first-person horror adventure sends you
Oh,
to investigate
boy.
a small town destroyed
First-person
by a
horror
deadly
adventure.
and inescapable disease. I don't think we have to look anymore about that. Sun Dogs. There's no description.
Sundogs? Is that the sequel
Yeah.
to Watch Dogs?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
It's just for PC.
So let's see. Sundogs is about exploring our inner solar system. Oh my god. Altering your body and embracing death. Holy shit.
Wow, that got dark really fast.
Okay.
In a distinct
Um,
future, humanity readily alters itself, adopting bodies to new environments. Skim along the sun's corner. I'm sorry, what the hell is this game about? You need to float above the surface of Venus, travel the dusty plains of Mars, and beyond. And the game is literally a bunch of circles and lines. So,
All right, take a look
and,
at that. If
and
that sounds
solid blocks of text.
Wait, extended.
Wait,
Look
wait,
up wait.
wait, extended.
Wait is the name.
Like
Not wait
the-
extended, just wait and then extended.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, wait, extended.
Yep.
It's a mystery horror game inspired by. I'm noticing
This
a
sounds
trend.
familiar.
It's an H.P. Lovecraft game.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
I feel like that's
inspired
enough
by
said.
the works of H.P. Lovecraft and the Silent Hill series. Elements of exploration, riddle solving.
If I wanted to play those games, I'd play those games.
Yeah. Not,
Uh,
not trying to crap on the dev there. I'm so sick to death of so many horror games. To their credit, this is
Yeah.
not a first-person horror game that's about exploring yourself.
Oh, it's not?
So, no,
What kind of
it
horror
appears to
game is
actually
this then?
be. It's I think it looks like an RPG Maker game.
Oh, it does.
It doesn't look.
It looks like a
looks-
well-made RPG Maker game.
It does. It looks.
Like it looks like they put a lot of time into this.
Yeah,
so-
I won't say unique because it's an RPG Maker game and they all kind of look similar, but it definitely looks like some heart went into it, and they have a nice graphic style.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Taking a look at it, this is probably one of the like most RPG Maker games are like really, I don't know, they kind of all look the same. But this
Yeah.
one actually looks like they put a lot of time into making this. So.
Yeah.
So I take a look at that. If you're a fan of H.P. Lovecraft's kind of stuff, then
or Silent Hills apparently, as they.
Yeah.
I assume they'll have fog in the game.
Hopefully.
probably.
Hopefully.
Gallic Z, the Dimensional. It's a hard-painted intergalactic adventure that will take you to the ends of the universe to fight enemies in brand new ways.
In what new ways?
I don't know. That's just what it said in the description.
How do you spell Gallic Z?
It's
Gallic.
like- GALAK space Z. Or dash Z. One of the two.
Galaxy 17-bit,
Um,
an advanced open
Yeah.
world space shooter coming soon to PS4 and Windows.
Yeah, so that's
Oh.
gonna be a thing.
Oh,
How does it look?
that,
It looks
that
really
does
nice.
not look bad actually. I'm gonna put that up there for you all to look at. That looks very pretty.
I'll actually start the stream.
Oh, uh-oh.
I'm waiting for it to come up on the stream.
We are hitting some snags here. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yo.
Oh. I see the snag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a very pretty looking game, I'm not going to lie. The
Okay.
combat looks really interesting. I like the way how the ship can shift perspectives and kind of come towards you to dodge fire. So, definitely an interesting art style. That actually might be one that I check out. I'm a big fan of like space shooters. So what else is coming out?
Oh, yeah. I suppose let's finish this up.
Yeah. Not so
yeah.
fun just watching us watch a trailer.
Yeah.
It's like,
Binding
ooh,
of
trailer.
Isaac Rebirth is coming out in Europe for 3DS.
Oh,
We all know what
finally.
that
For
game is.
3DS.
Yep.
Interesting.
Another European 3DS. And then Darksider 2 Definitive Adventure comes out on PS4 and Xbox One. Shovel Knight's going to Europe. Towers of Guns is going to Europe. Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. It's a PC game. Someone should look that up. Sound of Drop.
Sound of Drop?
Yep, Sound of Drop. While you're looking that up, WWE 2K goes to Europe and Australia. That game, it just keeps coming back.
The new point-and-click adventure game.
Yes.
Oh,
I really want a WWE point-and-click adventure game now. Someone should
okay.
make that happen.
So Sound of
It would
Drop
be amazing.
is a, let's see, it's an adventure game. It's a visual novel.
Mhm.
Okay.
Alright, same thing. 7-Year War. I wonder what that's about. Probably the French and Indian War. A bunch of really little games. And it looks like it's just all little games. We've spent enough time. Oh, Journey Collector Edition is coming to Europe. The rest are all little games. So, yeah. I think we
Okay.
spent enough time on these. Movies, there's no good movies coming out. The 3 movies are Burnt, Scout Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which is...
Is that like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but a smaller scope?
yeah, it's 3 scouts
Probably.
and lifelong friends join forces with one badass cocktail waitress to become the world's most unlikely team of heroes.
A badass cocktail waitress.
Yeah. And then a documentary called Our Brand in Crisis, which is about a presidential election.
Oh,
Fun.
I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah, so
Believe me, it's hard enough
Those are
paying
the movies
attention to
coming
real
out next
presidential
Friday.
elections.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all the excitement I can handle.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that about wraps us up for the show.
Yeah, I guess there was one last question that we could always talk about.
Oh,
because
what
I
was
think
that?
it just came out recently. Dweeb was asking what we thought about what is it? Syndicate is going to come out on a Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's coming out on a Friday instead of on a Tuesday. I actually wasn't even aware that Tuesday was like game release.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
generally when games are released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I found out why that is. Do you guys know why that is?
I actually don't.
I actually did research on it once, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I believe it's
charting.
when most people get their paychecks, if I recall correctly. It's around
Yep.
payday.
Nope. The reason, well, maybe that's possibly a reason, but the reason is because because the chart, there's a chart that comes out that tracks physical sales, for like CDs, for like music CDs, video games, like all physical medium,
Right.
and that comes out on Monday.
Okay.
So if it comes out on Monday and then you start selling on Tuesday, then you have like a week to build up your numbers.
I see.
Okay. That makes
So basically,
sense.
it's a holdback from a bygone era. But that might be possible too with paychecks and stuff, which maybe the paychecks is why they chose to put it on that date.
Maybe, yeah.
If I remember right, that's the reason that I heard that payday is generally on a Monday for people.
Yeah.
And so then on
That makes
the day
sense.
after Monday, they've gotten their bills paid on the day of their paycheck and whatnot. They've got the major things they need out of the way. So now they have some disposable income, and the new thing comes out and they buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that the reason they're probably going for a Friday release is that they're going to bank on people wanting to play it all weekend.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot with MMOs. I've noticed that a lot of MMOs release new content on Fridays, specifically because they want a lot of people to come online, and where are peak times? Weekends, because people
Yeah,
have
there.
off. The people with money have off work. Jared is actually a bank robber. That's something that's...
I have a lot
Well,
more
I
money.
can see it.
I do have payday.
See, and that's how it all starts.
Speaking of which, that's another thing we could talk about.
Oh,
Payday.
let's
Payday,
talk about
sure.
that before we go then.
Yeah, Payday, they did a thing and it didn't
So,
go well.
for those of you who don't know, Payday recently,
Payday 2.
Payday,
that is.
yeah,
Yes.
Payday 2 specifically, they recently announced that they were going to be having microtransactions. Now, they've always had microtransactions, but what they have now are safes. And safes are kind of like lockboxes are in most games, where you need to buy something in order to open them.
Right.
Here's the problem. They do contain skins, which on first glance, it's like, oh, that's fine, just some cosmetics. The skins have stats tied to them, so these also make your guns better in every way. These aren't like side grades, they make them better. Now, the biggest problem is you can get skins for guns that you don't own. So you can pay real money to get something that you can only use if you buy additional DLC. Now, to put the cherry on top of this, when Payday 2 was released, they had said that it'll be a cold day in hell when their game has microtransactions.
Question though, didn't they switch developers though?
I don't think so, no.
Because I heard somewhere that they had switched developers, so
Uh,
I have no idea.
I'd never heard anything about that.
but
No, same guys.
nope. Okay, then never mind. Go ahead, bash on them for that. They deserve it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's like triple dipping right there. You have to pay for the game, then you get your skin that you buy from your safe that's completely random, so you don't even know what you're getting in the first place. And then all of a sudden, you get a skin for a gun you don't have. You have to buy DLC for your DLC for the full price game that you paid for.
Yo,
That is-
son, I heard you like DLC.
That is triple dipping. And to top it off, they said they would never single dip. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, that's, and then they patched a fix for it.
Oh, yeah. The fix.
The
If you want
fix.
to talk about that.
No, be my guest. I feel like I've
No,
angered
you
enough.
go ahead. I'm actually looking up some of the games that I skipped over so I can give quick comments on them.
I can't remember the exact.
It was that the keys that they use to unlock the safes, they'll randomly drop.
That's right.
So you can have a chance to get them now
Well, yeah, because
without
originally
having to buy.
with a lot of microtransactions, what they do is they normally make it obtainable in game as well.
Yeah.
So that was their quick fix for it. I remember they had implemented some sort of cheap workaround, but I couldn't remember what it was. So basically now through normal gameplay they'll drop those keys occasionally. And they're not keys actually, in this case they are drills to drill into the safe.
Yeah, that's right.
Which to their credit is thematic to their game.
Yeah.
But you know, polishing a turd. Which can be done actually. It's been proved.
Do you know from experience?
No. The Mythbusters ran out of ideas, so one day they polished some turds. So I feel like that's really meta of them.
What?
Yep.
What?
So yeah, I'm just looking at some of the games. Okay, so Cloud Drift, basically it's like a game where I think multiple people can control a ball and they're trying to keep it up. I don't know. That's what I kind of gathered from it.
What's the name of this?
Cloud Drift.
Oh, Cloud Drift. I've heard of this.
Yeah, that's coming out. Last Night Mary, that's a survival click and point horror game. After you look at Cloud Drift, can you look at Bulb Boy for me? I don't know. I do not know what Bulb Boy is. Like, I
Bulb?
looked at its
Like-
Steam page, and I do not understand what it is.
Like
Bulb Boy.
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
Bulbboy.
oh.
Bulb Boy. I do not know what this is.
Okay, yeah,
What is
this deserves to be streamed right here.
Can you please stream it? Like,
I cannot begin to describe how.
Like, I don't know what this is. If you're looking on, like, go look up on Steam. That's like, I don't know what this is. While that keeps going, A Wolf in Autumn looks like a click and point adventure. Spell Sworn is an early access. Looks like a combat puzzle game. It's like a player arena game. And then Terminal Hacker. Terminal. I can't even find it on. Oh, there it is. Ah, dang it! I clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, here's the
Oh.
video.
Yeah, it's
Oh my.
it gets very strange very fast.
One of its tags is gore.
From what I can see here, in order to hide from monsters, you can actually remove your head.
Well then.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
it's a unique-
I just don't understand this.
it's a unique
don't-
concept.
I don't understand this game.
It's a unique concept. I'll give them that.
But what
Yeah.
kind of
Oh.
a game is it? Like, I don't know.
Oh,
what
I,
it
I,
is.
cu- I cut that off at just the right time. The man, he was decapitated right as I cut the stream off.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
Perfect.
don't know.
Perfect.
Then we got Terminal Hacker, which is an early access. Looks like it's gonna be free to play. Game. It looks like it's an adventure, like click and point adventure game,
Okay.
which seems to be popular right now.
Yeah, they're making
Uh,
a comeback lately.
Yeah,
It's an easier genre to do.
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's and then the Fall of the Dungeon Guardians.
What's that about?
It's an RPG strategy indie game. That's weird. This is saying it's available on. GameSpot says it's available on the 31st.
Didn't we already go over that
it's-
GameSpot's not reliable?
Yeah, but Steam says that it's available on the 6th of November. So
Yeah, it's a strategy RPG game.
looks like you go through dungeons.
Here we go. Actual game mechanics. It uses the standard Holy Trinity.
Okay.
So far, I'm not gonna lie, nothing jumps out about me, or jumps out about it right away.
Nothing jumps out about you either, but
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Legend of Grimrock, with its art style.
Yep, and then I guess I missed one. Indie adventure game. It's an early access game coming. Indie game battle. Sorry, game battle.
indie
It's an
game battle.
adventure game. It's an adventure, or it's a action fighting game. Looks like it's going to be multiplayer and co-op and all those things. So
Oh,
early access game. It looks
It's-
like an early access game.
okay. It's Super Smash Brothers.
ooh.
It's
It looks like
basically
it has support for up to 8 players.
huh.
Yeah, it looks like a Super Smash. Oh, yep, it is inspired by Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
It features IGB characters instead.
I do not know
Whatever
what
that is.
IGB is. Is that I'm guessing that's the company that made the game?
Indie game battle.
Yeah.
And it's like our own, however, different team-based gameplay. Where's the talk about characters? If you believe that team battles aren't popular enough in other games, IGB could be the game for you. Okay, well, if you like Smash Brothers, check that out.
There's also another game
Yeah.
coming out that's like that. I forget the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh, I remember
Uh,
that one. But what is it? I just added it to my wish list a while back.
Rivals of Aether.
Yes, that one.
Why do I have a question mark now?
Oh, because we're not entirely sure you're Jared.
That's
Well, who
that's
else
true.
could I be? I mean, I guess you haven't seen me for a long time, have you?
Yeah, there's
It's
no
been a long time since you've seen me, so I could be anyone.
Yeah, it's-
Long day.
It's been quite a few months now, Jared. If that is your real name.
Dun dun dun.
But yeah, I'm trying to get a look at these characters. Apparently, it's supposed to be characters from indie games, but I don't really recognize anyone. Oh, it looks like it's gonna have a fairly big roster, apparently.
Yeah, 3 by.
Here, since some people are asking about it, I might as well throw that up too.
Yeah, just go ahead.
About 60 characters from this screenshot.
But I mean, it's characters
60,
like
60
Blue
characters.
Blob,
Wow.
Red Drop. Matt
Matt.
Matt.
Jarvis, artist. I don't know.
And to
Uh,
answer the question in chat, yes, Chris is very into memes.
Am I? Am I really? Yeah, I am.
Chris, you actually have like a meme section on your computer so that you can use send memes to people. You are that guy who
Yeah.
collects memes.
I do collect memes. They're great.
Bob.
They're absolutely wonderful.
Who is Blue Bob? Blob.
I don't know. That's the problem. I'm wondering if all of these aren't just made up.
I mean, they could be.
Like they keep saying, like it's a Super Smash Brothers, a bunch of indie games. Like, are they indie games that you invented? Are they your previous games? Are they other people's games? Are they indie games
I mean,
that
that'd be
only
kind of
exist
cool
in the
if you
world
just
of
made
this
a
game?
fighting game of your previous games.
Like, I mean,
Like-
isn't that every game? Isn't that every game designer's secret dream? Just be like
Right?
to have released enough titles where they can make them all collide and just fight each other.
Heroes of the Storm. Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Heroes of the Storm.
look,
Hero of the Storm is the dream.
it is. Everyone secretly, every game designer secretly deep down just wants to take all their ideas and pit them against each other.
Yeah.
Right? Be amazing.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Is it considered fan fiction if it's of your own work? This is a deep psychological question that I think we need to ask.
Well, I mean, has anyone else really done that? That's the real question. Has anyone else ever been able to really do that other than Hero of the Storms? Where a company takes everything they've
PlayStation
made.
All Stars, but that's not a company. That's just PlayStation in general.
Yeah, and then I guess Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, but even Super
Smash
Smash
Bros.
Brothers isn't Nintendo exclusive anymore.
No, not anymore,
don't
but
know.
it's generally pretty.
Yeah, it's mostly Nintendo.
I mean, I'd still say that that's this concept.
But any other
Yeah,
games coming
I
out?
kind of agree. The game doesn't look particularly interesting unless it offers something new. Basically, all it offers is it lets you play Smash Bros. On your computer, which you can do if you want to get Project M. Just saying.
And to
Project
answer your question there, Gramdolf, I am not. I do enjoy the occasional dank meme, but I am not a dank meme connoisseur per se.
And I don't know why Gramdolf is referring to himself in third person again, asking if Jared wants this or that.
I don't know. He's starting to confuse me with
I
everything
think I have
he
a
switches
split. I
back.
must have a split personality, and Gramdolf is obviously the other aspect of my personality, and I don't even realize it.
Oh,
Well, by saying
The
that,
plot
aren't you
thickens.
realizing it though?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna die tonight.
this VOD is going to be very,
Shocking.
very confusing for people. We really need to get chat into the videos.
Yeah, we're gonna figure
Yeah,
this
we do.
out.
Yeah, by next week, I will have tried to really figure that out. Oh boy.
There's got to be a way. We'll figure it out.
Oh no, that means I'm gonna have to redesign this overlay.
Oh yeah, the overlay that you spent so much time making.
I actually did spend a good amount of time making this.
You're the one who wanted to do the art this time.
Look, I'm no artist, alright? I'm getting better though. He's the artist. I'm a programmer who just
I'm the
is
artist.
who's trying to cross this line into this brand new world of art. So what you see before you is what happens when you tell a programmer make art.
Billy Rivers, I can't announce a game. He wants us to announce a game. I'm announcing WWE 2K16 Point and Click Adventure Edition. I'm
Yeah.
announcing that it's going to be coming out in about 3 months. I think that's fair enough, right? Like
Yeah,
we can
that's
produce
about
it
how much
in 3 months.
time you
fine.
need to make a game. Yeah.
Yeah. So
As for the budget, I'd say about $50 would be
Yeah.
good to make. 'Cause that's how
I
much
can
a
see
game
it.
costs. So that's how much
Yeah.
it usually costs to make it.
yeah. So if you're
Yeah.
interested on pre-ordering that, just let us know. You can send us a tweet at Insomnius Net on Twitter, or go to our Facebook page and you can pre-order there. Just say I want to pre-order.
I think I'm going to announce the anime bullshit simulator, which is you take every trope of anime and you just cram them so close together that you can hardly recognize that it's a form of humanity anymore, and it causes you to deeply reflect upon your life and whether or not you should truly exist in this world, in the same world that anime bullshit simulator exists.
Of course.
And I have to
course.
tack simulator on the end of it because that increases sales by at least 20%.
Makes sense. Well, for announcing things, I
Oh.
guess I'm going to announce.
Hold on, I also need a Z
Got
in the
this.
title. I need a Z in the title because people love the Z.
Powerpuff Girls Z.
Okay, can I talk about that for a second? You know what?
What's
you,
this?
You talk about your game first, Chris.
Okay.
Then I'll talk about
First-
this.
It's gonna be quick anyway. I'm going to announce the Fuck Konami blank disc.
Oh,
That's it. It's a blank disc.
oh, I love it. You should. Have you considered applying for Konami? Have you
See,
considered
I have.
applying to become a janitor at Konami?
I have, but I have standards, so
You do? I didn't realize that.
sometimes.
This is new to me.
sometimes.
So
Well, that's true. Clicker Hero has gone off of his standard now, so.
true.
Mhm.
I haven't
Oh,
played
I'm
it.
still
I
playing.
think
By the
in
way,
a week
speaking
now.
of Clicker Hero, I'm still playing Star Wars Commander, the free-to-play
You're next,
Star
Jared.
Wars game.
You're
Nope, I'm
next.
gonna keep playing it. Man, I'm really getting close to putting some money into it, though. I don't know. I had so much time into this game. I probably should give them some money.
I always feel that way too about free to play games, where it's like, you know, I've gotten some decent fun out of this. I'm one. I am the guy who supports free to play games. Like
Yeah, you are.
I think I spend money on
Well, you're
almost-
also a whale, so
for Warframe
Yeah, you are.
specifically. That's
yeah, you're a
because,
Warframe whale.
and I'm okay with that. I'm living up to that. I have played so much of that game. I am fine with being a whale. I love Warframe.
Yeah, you do.
If anyone's wondering, just so you know, we have kind of entered our post-show conversation. We just haven't ended the stream, is all.
Is this how it's gonna happen now? We just kind of dissolve.
We just
it
we
into-
just end the last half hour where we forget to end the stream.
We're just pretty much bullshitting at this point. I'm okay
Oh,
with that.
looks like we have a
Speaking,
Warframe fan in chat.
yeah.
So much money.
Speaking of which, speaking of us just bullshitting around,
Ah, yes.
going through a bunch of random things on the internet one day, I discovered something called Powerpuff Girls Z, which
Oh yes, what is this?
It's
I want-
glorious.
it's an interesting beast. Basically, it's Japan's take on the Powerpuff Girls. This apparently came out ages ago. I'm not gonna lie, morbid curiosity got the best of me. I watched an episode of it, and oh my god, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. Like every single trope you could think of anime, like in terms of like old school anime, I'm talking where lip syncing is non-existent, where people just kind of occasionally like, haha, I will do this now, haha. Like that level of terrible. And also my favorite part of that has to be the title, where they were like, what should we call this show? It's like Powerpuff Girls with an anime. What are animes about? Well, they have Z's in the title, from what I hear. They got a Dragon Ball and they just throw a Z on it and became popular. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw a Z on the end of this. It's the
Yes.
best part of that.
It was glorious though.
Oh, we should. Dwee brings up a good point.
What's that?
We should wear costumes for the next stream since it will be Halloween.
Ah,
Agreed. We all should wear costumes for the next
I don't
stream.
have one of those.
Well,
send
I don't either. So
Oh, dang it. Star Wars Commander crashed. It always crashes the first time I try
are you
to
playing a video game on our podcast?
Sure I can. It's a free-to-play little video game. I can do whatever I want. You're not the boss of me. I'm a host here too.
Jared.
Technically, you could just hang up on me and kick me out of the conversation.
No, don't
But
you
then
dare.
that
That
would
would
mess
mess everything up more than
I
when
could
Mustafa
threaten
screen
to hang
shared.
up on this. I'll hang up on this conversation and ruin your overlay.
Don't forget this is your podcast too, buddy.
Jared's playing games. Can I start playing Minecraft?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ken.
You're just a guest. You can't play video games while we're talking.
I think maybe we've hit the point where we should wrap up the show. Oh my.
We're so good at this. We're so professional.
We're always the most professional. Most
Yeah,
professional news
we
in
should
all of
probably
media.
promote our own social media things that we're now finally starting to try to use.
You kind of cut out there, what?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to
Oh.
talk about our social media stuff. because I've never really talked about it on the podcast.
He's a robot now, guys.
Yeah.
I think we've confirmed it. This isn't the real Jared. This is a robot.
Boy,
Full faith
do
in
I
Grandpa now.
sound like that?
Oh my god. Gramdolf. I mean Jared, I'm so sorry that we thought this was you for so long.
Do I still sound like a robot? Or am I good now?
It appears you have fixed your glitch.
Okay.
Good
I was
job.
just going to say we should talk about our social media.
So he's a learning
Because I don't
robot.
think we've ever talked about it.
Our social media on... Yeah.
You can
I've-
find us on all the social mediums except for the ones that we aren't on.
that's a great description. That is a very factual statement.
Bravo. Bravo.
It is. We're on Twitter. You can find us at InsomniusNet. And you can find us on Facebook. We're Insomnius. And you can find us on YouTube, where right now we've just posted up our videos for the podcast. The last episode 5 will come up soon. I'll get to it. It's my fault. Last week's episode, we had questions about it. But yeah, we'll try to get that, and we'll get this one up soon too.
And we're looking to actually start putting more content on the channel as well.
Yeah,
That's
if you have
something we're working
anything
on.
that you want to see, if you have things you want to see us do, then please let us know. Oh god, I don't know if I want to play that.
I'm sorry, play what?
Billy Rivers, he's asking us to play the VVVVVVV game.
Oh, VVVV. I love that game.
You love that game? All right,
Yeah.
you stream that game. I don't want to play that game.
Do you not?
I've watched Michael play it for Rage Quit on Rooster Teeth. That game looks so frustrating.
I guess I never found it frustrating. I enjoy those kind of games.
Yeah. Grandalf. I love content.
Content.
Yeah, we are.
Content is
And
the
we
best.
love you too, Grandalf. No, you don't want to see us dance. I'm just reading off all the comments. You don't want to see us dance. It's not.
It's too late, Jared. You have to join.
We'll just riot. I like riot instead. Do the Mario.
Swing your
Swing your
arms
arms
from side to side.
That was the most
Come on,
insane
do
singing
the Mario.
ever.
That's all. Do the Mario.
Take one step.
I
Yes.
am now going
Stop
to
before
announce
we're
our
sued.
next. I know our next project that we're releasing is the Insomnius musical album. Where
Oh
we
yes. For Christmas here, Jared's audio seems to have cut out completely. So I am 100% sure now. We've confirmed this is
Jared's
not
a robot.
Jared. This is not him at all.
I knew
So
it. I knew
we
it.
should probably end now.
yeah. The
How
point
long
where
have
we're
we been
starting
going?
to
2.5 hours?
yeah.
It's only 2.5 hours.
It's,
Yeah.
it's simple. But yeah, we're hoping to do more content lately. If any of you had any suggestions, feel free to post them either on our Twitter or on our Facebook. We do check those things.
YouTube. If you're watching this on
Yeah.
YouTube, leave a comment below. Subscribe if you want to keep up with things.
Yeah, we
All the people who are watching us on YouTube.
we
right now.
attempt to do this on a weekly basis. We've been getting better at it, I swear.
Yeah,
We'll
and
be there someday.
we're trying to get it where we know by Wednesday whether or not we're doing the podcast, and so we're gonna try on Wednesday to post. So you can
Yeah.
follow any of us on Twitter. We should start putting like our Twitter handles, our things.
That would detract far too much from me being able to tamper with your names.
But yeah, like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitch if you want to know when we start. I have the hiccups again. That happens sometimes. But yeah, we're so good at this.
Good night, guys.
I think this is us signing off. My name's Christian, and I'm leaving.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Time for sleep.